Okay. Just bear with me here. Delete that. Just have a little bit of confusion here going on. I'm easily confused, so yeah, don't let that surprise you. So let's make this public. All right, so now we should be streaming on Facebook and on YouTube once again. And I think we should be able to take comments at both spots. Someone will let me know, I'm sure. As always, let me know if you can hear me. I made the mistake of going into YouTube first, and I created a live stream there. And then I went into StreamYard and said, okay, live stream, and it created its own stream, its own live stream. So I just needed to kill that one and start this one. So it might take a little bit of time for people to get in here. Oh, Mickey, what's up, man? I cut into Black Cobra's stream. Sorry, man. You should be out riding the S18, right? How did your day of testing go today? How often does Black Cobra stream? You must stream a lot. You must stream a lot. I don't know. Post comments to some destinations, Facebook pages. Okay, it's saying that we can't post to Facebook, but I do have it set to public. So we'll see. If someone hops in on Facebook and you want to take a second to throw a comment in there, that would be lovely. So Mickey, if you can hear me, let me know. I haven't gotten a confirmation on a mic check yet. Looking for a mic check, and let's do this. I'm curious if we're going to have a similar problem as last time, where people aren't notified that the stream is going on. Okay. Productive. Your S18 time today was productive. Good. That's what we want to hear, man. At least that's what I want to hear. Let's see. All right, we'll see if that does anything. And Mickey can hear me. That's wonderful. So what's Black Cobra talking about tonight? Let's see. Man, I feel like I need an Altoid or something. No. Okay, that's still working. I'm trying to think. Last time I live streamed was almost a month ago, I believe. May 15th, May 10th, something like that. Been a lot of interesting things going on lately. But I'd like to get some more people in here before we start talking about them. Steve O, what's up, man? Rochester, New York. Greetings from Naples, Florida. Cindy, do you want to come sit here? Just kidding.
No.
No, more cookies.
More cookies.
You made more?
Well, I had batter.
Oh, so we're set for a few days then.
A few days, yeah.
Lovely. Cindy made cookies for dessert for dinner today. She does nice things like that.
Thank you.
Steve-O says, what do you guys think of all the Gotways burning up? Well, that's one of the things I'm going to be talking about because there is a rash of wheel fires. And unfortunately for Gotway, I believe everyone that I have seen in the last few days has been a Gotway wheel. So, yeah, we'll definitely be talking about that. Definitely. Mickey says it's been so hot today in South Florida. Yeah, but I was inside working most of the day, so I didn't notice too much. But yeah, this welcome to the next 6 months, man. This is what it's like until mid-October normally, unfortunately. Heat and humidity. NYC mom, wife, teacher. Hey, what's up? Did you get your stuff from me? I know you guys placed that order. I'm not sure if you got it yet or not. Maybe you did. If you did, let me know and how it turned out. Jericho, all right, man. There's my Facebook test. I was looking for someone to give me a Facebook comment check. How you doing, bud? So, Jericho, how excited are you for the veteran wheel? I thought they had a very interesting and simple graphic that they showed today. And it was this. That gets a lot of people excited. 50 miles an hour and 100 miles of range. That got a lot of people excited. Page isn't available right now? What are you talking about? You love the page then. Oh, geez. All right. I don't know why that got kicked off. Let me, let's do it a different way. Let's do it a different way. Yeah, can you imagine that? 50 miles an hour? Doesn't sound very sensible to me. Okay. All right, let's see if we can do this. A little rusty on my skills here. Application window, there we go. Bam, okay. That should stay up. So anyways, yeah, they posted this very simple picture. Those of you that don't know, Veteran is a new EUC manufacturer that is comprised, I believe, almost entirely of ex-Gotway employees. I don't know if anyone has heard any background on what exactly happened and how long ago this happened, that they split off and decided to do their own thing. I mean, that's no small endeavor, trying to start up a EUC company. So it's going to be very, very interesting to see how this is received. I mean, those kind of specs are going to get anybody's attention. There's a lot of people saying that they thought that the pedals were too low, but how do you say your name? Lene Lynn, who was an ex-Gotway employee, posted a picture today of a ruler next to the pedals, and the surface was 17 centimeters high, which I believe works out to be about 6.7 inches off the ground, which means it's just about average as far as pedal height goes. Some people were thinking it was only like 3 or 4 inches off the ground. So the pedal clearance should be okay. It's going to be all about the specs, man. You know, how realistic those are, how safe it is. I just can't. Supposedly the first batch of these wheels have sold out. I just can't see plunking down that kind of money for something that's unknown and unproven. And from what I understand, you can order these from eWheels, but I guess the way you do it is you just have to email Jason because he doesn't officially have these wheels on his store. I checked it earlier today and they weren't on the store. So, but like I said, if those specs are true, that would be setting the bar higher for sure, much, much higher. All right, let me jump back here. NYC mom, wife, teacher. What's going on with the MSP? I hear it's burning up. My husband has the high speed. He's waiting on the high torque. He has the high speed and he's going to get a high torque in addition, or is he's going to sell the high speed when he gets the high torque? I believe the examples that I saw were, see if I can get back here. It was the high speed that Michael Mutai is the one that posted these pictures, and I'm almost sure it was an MSS, the high speed version. Let's see if we can go through some of these pictures here. What do you want? If you want something, just tell me. I'll get it for you. All right. You can say hi. People can at least hear you. Hi. Cindy says hi. Hi. Working on stuff. Okay. All right. So, like, here's some pictures of the aftermath. These are all real close-up shots. I actually kind of like the ones that are further away. Yes, it burned up, obviously, and it burned up pretty completely. Let's see, let me scroll down here. I think he also had a video. Okay, all right, yeah. It says it's smoking. Let's hide this. Smoking. More smoking. And there you see the burn up inside. I would say that wheel is pretty much done. So there's been a little bit of controversy about what caused this particular burn up, because I guess he did an unboxing when he got this wheel. And one of the things that he tested was the spin out speed, the lift test. Those of you that aren't familiar with what a lift test is, it's when you lift the wheel off the ground and then the wheel will start to free spin, and it'll eventually, the way it's supposed to work is it will spin up to top speed. You'll hear it beeping like crazy, and then it spins down and shuts off. Well, it doesn't shut off, but disengages. He did this spin test, and for whatever reason, it went up to, the app said it was spinning at like 58, 59 miles an hour, and it didn't stop. It just kept spinning and spinning and spinning and spinning, and he left it in that state. I guess he wasn't quite sure how to stop it. He just let it go at that top speed for a considerable amount of time. I'm not sure exactly how long, but it was for a while. So some people are wondering if that contributed to this failure. Although you would think that the wheel free spinning doesn't put that much actual load on the electronics, but maybe it does. I don't know. But regardless, the end result is what you see on the screen here. The wheel cut out and burned up. So yeah, that's the first example that I've seen. Let's hide that. There we go. I'm back. Knife sketch. Knife sketch. I can't give you a quick impression on the S18 other than my views up from afar, because I do not have it in my possession yet. I guess I need to, am I slouching? I guess I'm slouching. The S18 is in Florida. Mickey on the East Coast has it. He's going to have it for a few more days, and then hopefully I'll be picking it up from him. I don't know, the end of the weekend. I don't know. We haven't discussed it yet, but I'll be able to give you much more detailed impressions then. So, but one of the things I wanted to ask is if there's any like requests as far as something that you'd like to see. As far as what I have in mind with the S18, of course, I'm going to go to Dunkin' Donuts because I need to see how the suspension feels on open road cruising, if it feels any different at all or not. I'd like to go to the swamp. That's going to be a great test of the suspension there. That's the bumpiest ride that I do. I might do some hills down in Marco Island. They have those not that long, but relatively steep hills. I might take it there as well. So, but anything you guys are interested in seeing, let me know, and if I can work it in, I'll work it in. Mickey says that the veteran wheel is dope. Yeah, I mean, the specs are dope. I don't know that the visuals of it are dope, but I don't know. I don't. If I was going to spend that kind of money, I still think that I would probably opt for a Galway Monster Pro over that. For me, with my riding requirements, and we'll speak about that some more later. Knife sketch. Oh, he's asking a question to Mickey. Do you have a feeling that it will cut off at 30 miles an hour? Just curious if Kingsong figured that out after the KS16 had some. Well, yeah, the S18, I can answer that. The S18 will eventually cut out if you continue to push it above the max rated speed, for sure. But that's pretty much most wheels. When you hit that limit, whatever that limit is, if you stay in that area very long, you are risking a cutout. Again, he's referring to some of the issues that the 16X had with cutouts, which you still hear about now and then. I have a 16X. I've never had a cutout, but I am very respectful of the beeps and not pushing it when I'm in a low battery condition. Mickey says he's been pushing the S18 to 31 miles an hour often and has had no issues. That's good. Awesome. So NYC Mom Wife Teacher says he is going to have both. Wow, really? And she's referring to her husband is going to have the M Super Pro Torque version and the M Super Pro Speed version. So what is the thinking there? I'm just curious, because I have not heard of anyone else doing that, having both of the versions. I'm just kind of curious what his thinking is on that. Jericho, my man Jericho. Jericho just did 41.5 miles an hour on your Pro. I thought you didn't go that fast anymore, dude. Through Golden Gate Park, you hit a 6-foot long speed bump at 35 miles an hour and cleared around 20 feet. So you just got an M Super Pro? I assume, because you had an MSX last time I knew. So I assume that you have the high speed version. If you're doing 41.5, I assume that's the high speed version. Okay, interesting. Yeah, fill me in, because I did not know that you were getting a Pro. Yeah, Jericho, you can't see the YouTube comments, unfortunately. That's one of the limitations. You can only see the Facebook side. I can see both. You cannot. And YouTube guys cannot see your comments either, I don't believe. Right, guys? That's why I kind of read them, just to cover my ass. Dan's here. What's up, Dan? Definitely do the swamp. Yes, I will. I will definitely do the swamp. No worries. It's going to be interesting to mess around with the air pressure, to see, how noticeable it is if I run at a low pressure versus a high. I got lots of plans, man. I got big plans. So Jericho hit that speed bump with no beeps. Wow. That's crazy. 35 miles an hour, no beeps. Steve-O says that the S18 battery reminds me of the Tesla, but it should get better mileage with a larger diameter wheel. I don't know. Mickey, do you plan to do a range test? I plan to, that's another thing that I was hoping to do, is I was going to, on a full battery, ride out to Ave Maria and back. That's a 35-mile ride without speed limiting myself, doing whatever feels comfortable, which is normally, 25 miles an hour or so. And then see if I can do it the whole way on an 1100 watt battery. I tried that once with my 18L before I got the battery upgrade, and I did not quite make it. I was about a mile short when I had to call Cindy. So I'm planning to do something similar, and I'll just have Cindy on call in case I need her if I run out of battery. So yeah, I do want to do my normal Ave Maria range test. Okay. So Mickey's guessing 30 miles for range. Okay. Well, I will. If you don't put that to the test, I will. So okay. So Jericho. So that wheel you've been riding around is the MS Pro. Okay. I usually only see the rear end of it. So I didn't realize that, and it looks like it's already gotten pretty beat up. So I thought that was an MSX. So my bad. So you ran a torque version to 41 miles an hour. Really? Was it? So it wasn't beeping at 41 either. That's kind of crazy, dude. That seems contrary to at least early reports on how the wheel was at speed, but maybe I don't know. I don't have an explanation. All right, so this is explaining the gentleman in New York City that's getting both M Super Pro versions, the torque and the speed. He weighs 245 pounds. He just lost 25 pounds to ride on. Good for him. He wants to use the EUC in the city and upstate in New York off-road. Okay. Hey, I mean, if you have the discretionary income to do that, I can certainly think of much worse ways to spend it. So good for him. Do you are you going to ride the M Super Pros as well? Just curious. All right. All right, Robert Fantanosa. Anyone getting the V11 for early testing? Yes. Again, we are thinking that it's going to be a similar situation. Originally, Jason was going to be trying to get both the S18 and the V11 to the testers at the same time. That didn't happen. So right now the S18 is Mickey has it. It's going to go to me, and then I think it's going to go to New York City, and I'm not sure what the order is after that. Something similar is supposed to happen with the V11. It's gonna go to Mickey, and then me, and it's going to be circling around the country. So yeah, we will be getting our hands on it, and I do have one on order as well. I do have a deposit on a V11 as well, so I will own one as well. But it'll be nice to test it out ahead of time, just in case I want to change my order to an S18. We'll see. I doubt it, though. All right. Token Survivor. Any idea why Galway discontinued the 100-volt MSX? I have one, and I don't see why they would stop making it. Well, they retooled for the MSP, but basically they kind of took 2 steps forward and then 1 step back, because basically the MS Pro high speed is the MSX motor. So it has a higher top end. I don't know if you're aware of that or not. So basically, you can't technically buy an MSX anymore, but you sort of can if you buy an MS Pro high-speed version from Jason at eWheels. He actually, I believe, is the person that facilitated that primarily, making that available, because there was such initially when the M Super Pro came out, there was a lot of pushback from the high-speed riders, in the New York City area specifically, about the lower top speed of the original M Super Pro high torque model. So, yeah, you can basically get a wheel with the specs of the MSX, but it's just called an M Super Pro high speed. So Mickey, in regards to the range test, you rode it to 0 battery last night. You got scared. Was it throwing you back big time? Tipping the pedals? Please decelerate, all that fun stuff. So Mickey says the V11 should be very soon. Okay. You think you're going to get that? So it's not going to be 2 weeks apart. You think it'll be sooner than that? That'd be nice. Sure. And I've already talked to my boss about I'm going to be taking some vacation time, so I can have some focused, dedicated time to do the testing, much like I did with the Z10. Soon. Todd Larcombe. I'm interested in the S18, how the design fits into your leg shape and foot. Well, Mickey might have some thoughts about that. it's gonna be interesting for me because anyone that's ever seen me ride, I'm naturally bow-legged, and I ride with very minimal, typically very minimal contact between my lower legs and the shell, uh, other than turning kind of tight. I hardly ever touch the shell, so it's gonna be interesting to see what the S18 looks like. But Jericho, if you're still here, it looks like it might be good for jumping because it has Kuji pads, right? So we'll see. I'll try it for sure, but don't know how effective it'll be for me. Oh wow, we got a lot of comments coming in. Okay, awesome. All right, I'm just trying to post all the comments up here just so people, like if someone's in Facebook, they can still see these comments, I believe. I think, like Jericho, if you can confirm that, like when I'm popping these up on the screen, you should be able to see them at least. Okay, yes, it would be cool to see that. Mickey finds the S18 design not that ergonomic. It's too far forward. The riding position is too far forward? I'm curious. I saw Ian. It's Speedy Feed. He had a picture. He has an S18 on hand, so it'll be interesting to see what he thinks about it. Okay, Jericho says he couldn't hear it at 41. Likely it did. Okay, he's referring to the beeps. Yeah, I'm sure it was beeping. Had to be. But yeah, I'm kind of surprised you took it that fast, man. NYC mom wife teacher sent a picture to my email. Okay, let me check my email. What were we? Speed test. Oh boy, speed test gone wrong. Oh, so he was doing a no load speed test. Evidently, I'm looking at a picture of a skinned knee right now. He must have been doing a no load speed test, and he unfortunately got his knee too close to the tire while it was spinning, and it took a few layers of skin off. It looks like, huh? That looks painful. Lesson learned. Do a lift test with long pants on, I guess, huh? Okay. Robert, good to hear. I only learned to ride. Yeah, I saw that comment, Robert, that you posted earlier. That's great. That's great that you are learning. What did you learn on? Did you learn on somebody else's wheel, or do you actually own a wheel right now? Pedro is here. What's up, Pedro? Welcome. Glad to have you. Okay. Oh, so you got a V8F for yourself. That's right. So isn't the you guys got the pink stand, right? Didn't you get the pink stand? Remind me. Did you guys get the pink stand? I've been selling so many stands lately. I literally, I mean, I'm old, of course, but I've been selling so many stands. I can't keep track of it. I mean, I recognize people's names, but I cannot keep it straight. Who bought what, when, where? It's been a little insane. Actually, I almost feel guilty. I should be back there in the hobby room, putting stands together and printing parts. But yeah, V8F. That's a very nice wheel. Very, very nice. It's a good choice for sure. So Jericho says you're going to get one of the big wheels for sure. 64% MP24. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. I'm going to seriously be selling my Gotway Monster Gen 1 soon. I'll start pimping it on my YouTube channel or something. I'm going to sell that, I believe, because I definitely like the M Super Pro. We'll talk about that a little bit more detail as we go on here. But I'm a real fan of the way it looks, at least. And although again, it's getting some of the negative blowback that the M Super Pro. Did I say? I think I'm mixing up names. It's getting some of the same negativity that the M Super Pro did initially, because there's talk about the top speed being similar, 37 or something like that. So it's not technically as fast as the current Gen 3 monsters, but that's fine for me. So we'll see. Yeah, I think I definitely would be okay with selling my Monster. Doesn't have a lot of miles either. Steve-O says, I'm buying the V11. Going to be a great wheel for after dark without light and suspension. Yeah, it will be, man. That light is amazing. Amazing. I can't wait to test out in person. And again, that's something else I need to make sure to do. And in prior tests, when I've been doing evaluations of new wheels, I haven't always gotten out to do night riding. And I need to make sure I do that, because even though I don't do it that often, there's a lot of people that do. So I'm going to make sure to incorporate that into my testing. Pedro, waiting for your V11. Me too. Maybe August. Yeah, that'd be nice. I don't know. I got my deposit in. I got it in pretty early. I don't know if that makes a difference or not, but yeah. Okay, Mickey's talking about his. I know this is driving Mickey crazy because he hates how far behind I am when I'm reading comments. But I can only talk so fast, man. He's referring to when the S18 was at low battery, that he couldn't ride it. It could barely be trolleying home. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't ride it to 0. I would ride it until it's unrideable, I guess. I don't need to actually be sitting at 0. Dan asks, I wonder if they had to retool the mold that makes the case for the MSX 100 volt into the MSP case. I don't know, Dan. I mean, to me, the actual case itself looks the same. I mean, you have a different headlight, but it still looks like the same cutout. Taillight's the same. I don't think that they had to do a whole lot case-wise to make that work. Mickey says, much sooner. The V11, much sooner. You're going to make me wait? Why are you going to make me wait? That's not very nice. I wouldn't make you wait. It's all right. You're young. You're young. I'm more considerate because I'm an older person, you know. He knocked it into my leg. Okay. Oh, so that was your leg. Oh, okay. I didn't know whose leg that was. Okay. Ouch. I'm sure you were very happy about that. Yes, I can see a picking question on the main screen of others. Okay. Got it. So Robert borrowed a King Song 14 or 16 from Nevin. Oh, from Nevin from Tech Toys. Okay. Yeah, I heard that he rents EUCs. I didn't know that he did that until I think Marty mentioned that the people that visited him from Germany or something rented 2 EUCs from him for like a month, something like that. So yeah, I didn't know Nevin did that. I've never heard anything but good stuff about Nevin from Tech Toys. He sounds like a really good dude. I believe he's in the Bay Area somewhere. And based on your San Francisco Giants hat, Robert, I am guessing that I might be correct. XRev Rides. What's up, man? What's up? Welcome. Glad you're here. Jericho's clarifying what he can and cannot see as a Facebook person. He's the only person on Facebook that's commenting right now. Okay, Robert rented them, like I said. Awesome. Heiss is here. Heiss, what's up, man? It's awful late over there. Heiss, every time that I've had you on a live stream, I always mess up the country. Belgium, Denmark, Belgium, right? It's Belgium. You'll correct me. But at least I know how to pronounce your name now. Patrick is here. What's up, man? Welcome. Okay, she got the pink stand. Yes, that's what I thought. How did you like it? Cindy loved that color pink. She actually had me print one of those 3D printed respirator masks in that pink film, and she liked it that much. Have they posted the full specs of the Monster Pro? I don't want to say yes because I don't think that they have. Let me look here. If someone knows the answer to that, they can correct me. But it's a 24-inch wheel, and the current Monsters are 22, so it's even a bigger wheel. And I believe it's a 2,500 watt motor. Battery size. Oh shit! What was the battery on that? I gotta look that up. Gotta look it up. And again, someone could probably chime in by the time I find it, but I'm forgetting the battery size of the Monster Pro. Let's see. Scrolling. I'm scrolling. That was just last week, wasn't it? Can't find it. How far down can this be? What the heck? Somebody doing a Z tap on the, or a on the Vampin' Ride on the N10.3. I don't know if you saw that. That's something that was pretty famous in the one wheel world. Okay, there we go. Okay, all right. 4,000 watt motor. I'm sorry. A 4,000 watt motor. That has to be like the max. That can't, because I think even the 2,500 watt motors, like say 4,000 watt max or something, because that can't be a normal 4,000 watt output. 3,600 watt hour battery. That's nuts, man. Nuts. But I'm very scared to find out what the final price will be on that. Thanks, Steve-O. Yes, the store is very busy. Very busy. Ken, you were considering the Monster until all the veteran hype started. You were considering a current version Monster V3 or the Monster Pro? I mean, appearance-wise and spec-wise, I mean, the Monster Pro seems like a beast. But we need more information. Mickey, there's always a condition with Mickey. I'll get you shred lights for your night ride as long as you pimp my promo code in any videos you make riding at night. Okay, that's fine. Deal. Promo code is EVX and get you 10% off. That's fine. That's cool. Do I get to keep the shred lights or do I have to give them back to you? Heist says it's 1:45 a.m. Belgium. There you go, man. See, I'm not totally losing my memory. Belgium and Finland. Okay. Gotcha. Pedro, 1246 there. Pedro, you're going to have to remind me where you are. I do not remember, unfortunately. Spain, maybe? Robert was happy to find someone that rented EUCs. He works at Stanford Hospital. I wasn't sure I like the EUC, like my one wheel. Oh, so you're coming from a one wheel as well. Okay, cool. Cool, very cool. Yeah, EUCs are fun. I went the opposite way. I learned EUCs first and then a one wheel second. And I still, and everyone always asks me, what's better, one wheel or an EUC? In almost every category, an EUC blows away a one wheel. Speed, ability to handle terrain, range, flexibility. But I still stand by my statement that I've said many times that I actually enjoy the riding experience on my one wheel more than an EUC. It's just more interactive, more relaxing, more fun for me. Not that EUC riding is not fun. It is. It's a lot of fun. But I enjoy the one wheel riding experience the most. That's just me. Jericho confirming that Nevin's I live 15 minutes from each other here in the Bay. Okay, sweet. Yeah, Nevin seems awesome, man. Oh, so you haven't gotten the pink stand yet? Okay, well, it should be there soon. When did that ship? Monday? Maybe Monday. Okay, so probably tomorrow. I don't know if you checked the tracking or not. I sent that tracking number, so I should be there very soon. UK, Troy Phoenix. Yo, I don't remember seeing you on the stream before, Troy Phoenix, but welcome. Nice to have UK viewers. It's awesome. XRev saying the Monster Pro is a 4,000 watt motor and 3,000. Okay, he's talking about the battery. Yes, we just did confirm that. Yeah, actually, I can pop that on the screen so you guys can see that quick. Share that. Yeah. So there are the Monster specs. It is cool looking, isn't it? Super, super cool. Robert brought down your Dualtron Compact and Kaibo Mantis for him to try out while he was at Palo Alto. I've never heard. We have a Dualtron. I have a Dualtron EX Limited 2. I don't know. Cindy rides it, and it's on the Dualtron scale. It's kind of on the low end, but Cindy loves it. It's great. It's fast. It's got great range. Cabo Mantis. Never heard of that one. Not real big into the scooter scene personally. Not my thing. Jericho talking about the battery, 3,600 watt hours. Yes. Heis, what will be the weight of that Monster Pro? I heard someone say it might weigh 100 pounds. I don't know if they were just guessing, but I did hear that number thrown out there. So a quick conversion here. Let's see. 100 pounds to kg. Actually, I should know this from lifting. Yeah, 45 kilograms potentially. Potentially. Oh, you don't want to see me. Okay, there we go. No, we don't need to see that now, do we? Let's stop that. Okay, I'm back. So yeah, it potentially be very heavy. Can you imagine having a wheel that heavy with that big of a diameter tire? I mean, it literally will be a one-wheel motorcycle. I mean, my Monster Gen 1, when I put the seat on that, almost feels like a one-wheel motorcycle. This is going to be even more so the case with tons more power. So it's going to be cool. So Jericho, that price, is that a price that was mentioned by someone of authority like Jason? 3.5 to 4K. Yeah, if that's the case, I need to sell a lot more stands. I gotta save my money. Plus, I'm in the process of shopping for a new lawn tractor, so that's going to cut into M Super Pro money substantially, unfortunately. Okay, Ken was looking at the Monster V3, but that Veteran. So the Veteran. I mean, you're just salivating at the specs, I guess, right? I mean, the specs are cool, but I don't need those kind of specs, but they are cool. Very interested in seeing a real world test. Something outside of a little 15-second Instagram or Facebook video. Token Survivor started on a one-wheel pint. Really? So you don't ride your pint anymore? Interesting. So I guess you don't have the same feelings that I do, that the ride experience on the one wheel is more fun for you. I guess not. I love the pint. I have a pint and a one wheel XR. The pint by default has a more rounded profile tire, so it's a little more agile. You can put a similar tire on the one wheel XR, but I haven't done that yet. But I love the pint. The only limiting thing there is the range. The most I've ever gotten is 10 miles, being very, very careful. But typically, you're going to get more like 6 to 8 miles, depending on the kind of riding that you're doing. And depending on your situation, that might be plenty, But and when I have the pint, I usually have a backup PEV with me, just in case I want to ride something else. Troy is a first timer to the live stream. Awesome, welcome. Robert says, one wheel fills my snowboard urges. Yes, I've never snowboarded, but maybe I've had those urges and didn't realize it. It's a very comfortable thing to ride for me. James is here. James bought one of the MSX rear mud guards. It's been holding up great. Awesome. Remind me, James, did you get the version with the... But no, okay, it's the mud guard. Okay, so you got the bumper / mud guard. Okay, cool. So how has you guys? Some of you guys have seen the test I did when I held the MSX in a bucket of water just to see how the little small bump out mud guard did, and it seemed to do okay. I'm curious to get some more real world feedback about how that's been performing for people. So if you've been in that situation, let me know. Oh, someone from Scotland too. David, what's up, man? Welcome. Brazil. Wow, they got EUCs in Brazil too. Awesome. Welcome, dude. Robert Fontanosa. Yes, I'm right. The EUC smokes the one wheel in every other way. Yes, I would agree with that statement. Yeah, Jericho, I saw you mention that you were thinking about a one wheel. Dude, there are people with the flight fins that do crazy shit on a one wheel XR. I think you'd be all about it because, I mean, you really like doing that kind of stuff. I mean, I know you go fast on occasion, but for jumps and tricks and stuff, a one wheel XR with flight fins might be right up your alley. I would not be surprised if you didn't love that, really. Jeffrey Hemphill has a one wheel pint as well. Awesome. 1 ton something. The Ryan 90 scooter. Yeah, I have seen the Ryan. I didn't know it could hit 100 miles an hour. Really? I know Alien Rides is real big into scooters, and he tests a lot of those high-performance scooters. I don't remember seeing a video about a Ryan that go 100 miles an hour. That sounds silly to me from a safety perspective. Yeah, that definitely sounds silly. That'll be a leg workout. Yes. Jeff, starting off slowly. I'm a big fan of starting off slowly when it comes to learning PEVs. Joe's here again. Joe in Japan. Joe bought some stands for me last year. Probably the only Japanese sale that I've had, or sale to Japan. And guys, I'm not going to be able to get to my content because I'm just reading comments. Insiders. Yeah. Okay. Can we put a deposit on it through e-wheels? My husband loves it. Which wheel are you talking about? The M Super Pro? As far as I know, no, you cannot put a deposit on it yet. If you're talking about the veteran wheel, you'd have to contact Jason at ewheels.com and see what he says. I don't know the answer to that. Maybe somebody else does. But I did see Lene Lynn post that if you're in the United States and you're interested in a veteran wheel, to contact eWheels. So, get some goats to keep the grass short. Yeah, I hear you. Yeah, this tractor I'm getting is it's like $2,800. I'm upping my tractor game. You know, I've lived where I live for almost 20 years, and in that time, I've had three tractors in 20 years. And the one consistent problem I've always had with them is tractor. And I'm sure you people are thrilled by this tractor talk, but one of the things that annoys the shit out of me with lawn tractors, the lower price ones, sub $2,000 lawn tractors, is the mowing decks are stamped steel, thin steel, and they always fall apart. The steel is thin. Eventually, it doesn't take that long. You'll get holes in it. Stuff will just rust out. They're shitty. And when you have to replace one, it's a pain in the ass and very expensive. And I've done that. I've had to replace the deck and replace the spindles and all that kind of shit. It gets very expensive. So this tractor I'm looking at has a fabricated deck, which is made out of welded, thicker gauge steel, which should last the lifetime of the mower. So that is the route that I'm going now. I found as I get older, I am more and more willing, and as you get older, you're more financially stable. And I found that I am much more amenable to spending more money for something that is going to last longer and is higher quality. And that is the approach I'm going to be taking on my lawn tractor. And I'll sell the old one, get a few $100 for that to help offset the cost a little bit, but it's still going to be a big chunk. Pedro says, I need 2 EUC stands to Portugal. The way I handle overseas orders is you email me at duff@eucarmy.com, your address. I will get you a shipping estimate. You tell me what you want. I get a shipping estimate, and then I do a custom order on the store that will have the shipping. Shipping over there typically is, depending on what you get, because it's all about the weight when you're shipping overseas. But typically, I've been seeing like $20 to $25 to ship most places. Be warned, I sent a stuff to Spain, I believe. Yeah, Spain. And it took a month and a half for it to get there. Like the guy was like emailing me, like, where's my stuff? Where's my stuff? And all I can do is I can only track it once it leaves the United States. I can't tell you what happened. Once it got over there, I asked the guy when he did finally get it, what happened? Like, why did it take so long? And he didn't have an answer for me. So you are kind of rolling the dice. I cannot make any promises as far as how long it's going to take to get to you when you are overseas. Just keep that in mind. Newbie 101, hello from SoCal. What's up, man? You a friend of Marty's? Leo, the EUC is catching on. Yes, Leo, it is. It really is. All you have to do is look at YouTube. There's so much more YouTube EUC content now than even a year ago. It's crazy, man. Everyone seems to be doing YouTube videos nowadays. I can't keep track of it all. Jeff's from Western PA. My dad lived in Marionville, PA for about 10 years. That's about 2 hours north of Pittsburgh. Very small town. Not a whole lot going on there. James got the version with the guard, without the guard, just the fender, but I dropped it and it popped off and it did its job and it didn't break. Okay, so you did the tape mount. Yeah, I'm more and more thinking that people should, unless they have a real need to have it screwed on, if you use the tape to attach these things, they're going to be able to survive and impact a lot better. Because when it's screwed on, it has nowhere to go. There's no give whatsoever. If you use the tape, it can just slide a little bit. And worst case, if the tape gets messed up, okay, put some new tape on it. So that's good to know. I am going to be trying to push that more and more, that people use a tape install if they can. Leo says the weight for the M Super Pro was 1 ton. Yeah, it's getting close. Steve-O says there's a YouTube channel that interviewed a 61-year-old grandma from Brazil who drives an 18XL. Wow. Good for her. That's awesome. The Ryan scooter is $7,000. Okay. Well, if I had $7,000, I don't think I would spend it on a scooter. But that's just me. Monster Pro, yes. Troy Phoenix, can you let me know your shop website address? I'd love to check it out, especially if you can ship to the UK. The shop is, let's see, let me use some of my StreamYard tools. And we will banner on the screen. There you go. If you go there, that's where I sell stuff. Now, just keep in mind, if you're in the UK, Ian from Speedy Feet, he does sell 3D printed stands as well. I actually helped him get that going a couple of years ago now. He does have stands. He only sells one model, unfortunately. He just sells the stand that doesn't use any bolts or nuts. It's the no tool version, but he does sell them. So just keep that in mind, that is an option, and it would probably get to you quicker with less shipping costs. But if you're interested in buying from me, you can look at the site and email me, duff@eucarmy.com, and I can give you some estimates on shipping. Oh, boy. Yeah, man, I can't catch up, man. You guys are just chatting away. XRev says, yeah, I know the Veteran or Monster Pro aren't up for pre-order, but evidently I think you can get a Veteran, or you can order a Veteran through Jason now, I believe, even though he doesn't have it on his site for some reason. I did hear that. We don't know the price yet. Robert, are you from Philadelphia? I'm from the Philadelphia area, yeah, originally. I was there for my first 32 years. I actually lived in a town called Reading, which is about 50 miles northwest of Philadelphia. Big Eagles fan. I was a Phillies fan growing up. I don't really follow baseball anymore. Really, the only major sport I follow anymore is NFL football. So, yeah, huge Eagles fan. Get a mower attachment for my EUC. There you go. Heist says regular mail USPS is slow due to Corona. Yes, I have heard that as well. But even prior to Corona, it was still kind of rolling the dice. I've had stuff get overseas in 4 to 5 days prior to the COVID-19 outbreak. But also prior to that as well, I had stuff take a month. It's frustrating. Customs is usually the problem. Yes, it is. Pedro knows that 1 to 2 months is normal. Okay, well, that's good. As long as you have realistic expectations, that's fine then. All right, Heiss says that part of the problem is limited flights with mail space between the EU and USA. Okay, makes sense. Newbie still a newbie. You're going to soon join Marty's group ride. Well, make sure you got some skills or got some basic skills before you join one of his group rides, because some of those rides are kind of challenging. You don't want to get in over your head. You stride. Wow, another live. Amazing. Yeah. Evidently, Black Cobra was streaming. I didn't know that. So I did not check the EUZ streaming schedule for today. Unfortunately, it's kind of funny that it's getting to the point where you have to do that. Ian from Speedfeed's been live streaming for a while, although he hasn't done it in a little while, has he? I haven't seen any notifications about him doing it. Maybe, actually, I think since COVID-19, I don't think I've seen him do one. But he was streaming. Marty and I were streaming together, a while ago. But now we have other people streaming. We have what's his face from France? Or the Wrong Way guy. He streams. Black Cobra streams. Mickey has done a number of streams. So yeah, I don't know. Streaming's the thing, I guess. All right, cool. I think I'm caught up. Good. So now let me talk about the couple other things. Now we did talk about the one burn up, the Michael Mutai, where his MSP burned up, and there were some thoughts that it was related to him doing a lift test where he let the wheel spin at top speed for an extended period of time, because he was assuming it was going to just shut down at top speed, which is what normally happens, but it just kept spinning, and it spun for a long time. So some people were wondering if that's what caused it. Now, another thing I saw today, let's see if I can find this. I had all these things like kind of queued up here ahead of time, but I was kind of rushed. Oh wait, there we go. I just saw it. Hold on. Oh wait, no, that's not it. That's not it. Darn it. There was someone that was riding a monster, a Gotway monster, but evidently it was one of those modded ones. One of those ones sold from a China retailer where they add additional battery packs to the wheel, which you've heard good and bad things about. I wish I could find it. I can't find it. But anyways, this guy was riding, and I don't know if anyone knows where on Facebook, which group in Facebook that was posted in. I'm looking at electricunicycle.org, but I'm not seeing it. But he was riding, and the thing cut out, and it burst into flame like a freaking bomb, man. It was bad. It was really, really bad. It flared up. It was intense. It was loud. And evidently it got traction. Local news posted it. So there is some concern that that kind of stuff gets out there, that it becomes, everyone remembers what happened with those infamous hoverboards, the first gen hoverboards that burned up. We don't want EUCs getting a similar reputation, that's for sure. Still looking here. Looking. Damn it. I'm just unprepared, guys. I'm just unprepared. That's why I am. Okay. Patrick says, thanks for posting your prints of those that have printers. I couldn't design a toothpick. Yeah, no problem. I mean, my feeling on this is the M Super nose piece and the guard that I've done in the back. Those are both models that were on Thingiverse, which has a common attribution license or whatever, meaning that you're free to use them. But you want to give attribution, you want to give credit for the design. So because both of those are based on other designs, other people's designs, that's why I make those available as free. I wouldn't feel right taking their design, modifying it, to suit my needs, and then posting it exclusively to sell without making it available to the 3D community to print themselves. So that's been my my approach to that kind of stuff. Do tend to the chickens for me. Mr. Flex in France. Okay, that's the guy in France I'm talking about. Pedro says S18, V11 Monster, or the Veteran. What next? You mean like what is like how are they going to set the bar higher? I don't know, man. 50 miles an hour and 100 miles of range is a pretty good stepping off point for me. I don't know that we need to push the specs beyond that, but they probably will. The scooter market is a good example. Look how the performance of electric scooters has just continued to climb. It used to be a 30-mile-an-hour scooter was hauling ass. Now it's middle of the pack, if that. I'm glad Ustride's here. I've seen some of Ustride's video. He's a cool dude. Okay, so James says there's a 2,500 watt version that did the exact same thing, cut out at 10 miles an hour, and the board blew. Another 2,500 watt M Super Pro. Okay, so were there any mitigating circumstances with that one that you're aware of? Yeah, I think I heard about that one. I don't know that I saw the post about that one, unfortunately. But it's been like bam, bam, bam. They've been like coming rapid fire, which is not a good thing if you're Gotway. Some people are speculating that part of the problem is that enough quality people left Gotway to go to Veteran. That's part of the reason that they're having these issues, these QC issues. But I mean, Gotway's had QC issues for as long as I've known what Gotway is. So, but it had seemed to be getting better. So it's unfortunate that it appears to be swinging back the other way, at least temporarily. I'm just scrolling through here, looking. Oh, here we go. Oh, okay. Oh, this is from Michael again. Talking about, okay, so Michael had the M Super Pro 2000 watt hour. So yeah, it was the M Super Speed version. I thought there was a video of him riding as well. There's just a video, or there's some still pictures of him riding it, I guess, right before the crash. He had like full gear on though. Like let's get this up here. He was decked out, body armor. Looks like he fell on his back. That's some nice protective gear he has. Just more pictures up. See, now if he had one of those 3D printed rear guards, it probably would have taken the hit instead of his case. You can see his case is splitting somewhat. That's what happens with the M Super design. If you take a shot on the nose or the tail end, almost always the case will split like this. So that's one of the advantages of having one of these 3D printed parts on the front and the back, is that part will break or take the beating, and your case hopefully will not split like that. So, and I've gotten feedback from a few people that have these that they've had wheels go down, and those bumpers actually did save the case from this behavior. So it's cheap insurance. All right, more burnout pictures. Very nice. David Mitchell, I Stride. Yep. Okay, we're talking about the M Super, or the Monster that burned up. Yeah, that was from Lomo. I remember that name, Lomo. Yeah, that does not appeal to me to have someone modify the wheel for extra battery capacity. And that being said, Marty is buying a Tesla with that exact configuration. It has an additional battery pack added to bump the watt hours up to 1,500 watt hours or something like that on a Tesla. Now, it's not from Lomo, and he still feels quite confident that he'll be fine. Hopefully he is. But that's not something that appeals to me, to have a third party go in there and modify the wheel. Not my thing. Let's see. Let's get my normal banner back. Hide that banner. Banners. There we go. I love StreamYard. It really is easy to use. Super easy. Yes, it was the modded one. Okay, you guys are pumping in the comments again, man. What the heck? I must have. Wow. Okay. Okay, just bear with me. NYC EUC says he retired after that, needs surgery, broken leg. Which who are we referring to? NYC EUC. Oh, the guy. Okay, so the monster that blew up broke his leg during the crash, and he needed. Oh, okay. Oh, so he said he's done. I mean, that's a traumatic thing. I don't think that would be my approach if I hurt myself seriously riding. I still think I would ride again, but I can understand people that, it affects them enough that they give up the hobby altogether. I can understand that. I really can. And he says the guy needs plates and screws. Wow. Tim saying that he broke his leg when he jumped off, wearing full pads, quitting the sport. Okay. We're talking again about the unfortunate person whose monster burned up and cut out. Yes, Pedro, I believe that's what they're saying, that he's done. Never ride again. I mean, I've been involved with EUCs for, I don't know, is this going on my 5th year, I think? I've heard that more than once. People, they hurt themselves seriously and they're done. Talking about the monster rider again. Hopefully he'll ride again. Who knows? Some people, that might be their immediate reaction, but they might change their minds down the road once the initial trauma wears off. Let's see, let's do this. Close out. Okay. Yes, a lot of people were not aware that the monster guy broke his leg as well. And he's lucky that's all that happened, I guess, because that's the worst thing about a cutout. If it's an unexpected cutout. Now, like if you're riding fast, you're riding the beep, you're doing that. You know that you are possibly risking yourself. You're risking going down, and hopefully you're at least paying attention to the environment around you. That you're doing that, but you're doing it in a way that there's nobody in your immediate surroundings. And if you fell, you're going to get hurt. Your wheel might get smashed up, but you're not going to hurt anybody else. In a situation like this, when the wheel implodes unexpectedly, if you are around traffic, the wheel could go flying into traffic. The wheel could go hitting a pedestrian. You could go hitting a vehicle or pedestrian. That is the scary thing. I think that people, people that have never had anything like that happen, they assume it's not going to happen to them. And, you just really never know. I had the worst fall I ever had was on an electric skateboard, and I was very lucky. I was going down a Mockley Road with 3 lanes of active traffic to the left of me, and I hit something in the road when I wasn't paying attention like I should have. I face planted. The skateboard went out into the road, and luckily it was at a time of day that there wasn't a lot of traffic, and there was no cars immediately around me when that happened. But if it did, who knows? I might not be talking to you today. You never know. So you have to be aware of those kind of things, and know that it could happen at any time. That's another reason that safety gear is so important. Robert likes the U-Stride's Boston rides. I didn't realize that U-Stride is in Boston. That's my bad. NYC EUC, he's got rid of all of his wheels and gear. Made his mind up to quit. Okay. Wow, he unloaded it all like that? Wow. Okay, so James is saying that these failures on the M Super Pros are the MOSFETs blowing up. That's unfortunate, because that's one of the things that was touted as a benefit of the M Super Pro is they use these, super beefy MOSFETs. Hopefully they didn't have another situation where they had these great MOSFETs that were half-ass installed. You guys may remember that which wheel was that on? I can't remember which wheel it was on. I think it was some of the MSXs. They were installing, there were some wheels that they installed the MOS. Oh, no, it was Nikola's. I'm sorry. I think it was the original 84 volt Nikola's. They were installing the MOSFETs, but they weren't installing, some people weren't installing them correctly, and they weren't properly attached to the heat sink material, and they overheated and blew out. Hopefully that kind of shit's not happening again, because that's just no good, man. It's no good. Scout, what's up, Scout? Hey, Duff, what happened? MS Pro is having bad reports with boards blowing. Yeah, we were talking about it. There's been this in the past couple of days. There's been at least 2. Someone correct me if there's more. At least 2, I think, or maybe 3 MS Super Pros that have burned up. And it appears that what I'm just hearing now is they're thinking that MOSFETs are blowing on them. And then there was someone that had one of those, like AliExpress bought monsters with an extra battery pack installed in it that spontaneously combusted while the guy was riding. Went up like a comet, man. It was intense. I wish I could find the video. I haven't been able to find the video again on Facebook. It burned up, and evidently when this happened, the wheel cut off. The guy fell off and broke his leg. So yeah, it hasn't been a good few days for Gotway from a safety perspective. It's kind of reopened the can of worms of Gotway doesn't give a shit about quality control, which I have heard many, 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 many times over the years. And that's not to say that, all wheel manufacturers have issues. Everybody does. Now, there's no EUC manufacturer that has a perfect record by far, but it seems that Gotway is definitely the leader in quality control problems and safety issues. Oh, so the guy this happened to is in his 50s? Wow. Well, then he's like me. I'm 52. And so, I mean, as you get older, you're supposed to get wiser, right? And you should think about these things. Younger people, guys, they just throw caution to the wind. They think they're impervious to harm. As you get older, you realize that isn't the case. And sometimes I think myself that I'm guilty of not really thinking about, like what would happen if I got seriously hurt on a PEV. I got people that depend on me. It wouldn't be good. So, I do actually, when I see this recurring theme of unexpected cutouts and injuries and all that kind of stuff, it does give me pause, and it does make me think more about, acting in a way that is more responsible and exposes me to less risk. Hence my new armored top, which I have not worn yet because I haven't hardly been riding at all. Last couple of weeks, I've hardly been riding at all. It's been very, very limited. So when I get the S18, it's gonna be a blitz, man. I'm gonna be riding all day long, and maybe all night. Who knows? Jericho says a handful of guys were going to throw in a fund to do a 6,000 watt build to do a 70-mile-an-hour track wheel. Haven't done it as of yet. Knock yourself out, but not for me. I don't need to test that one. I'll let you test that. Patrick asks, does anyone know of a better trolley handle mod for the M Supers? Yeah, that has always been a weakness of an M Super. I had an M Super V3. My M Super MSX has the exact same trolley as my M Super V3, and it is kind of sucky. It sticks. It's very clunky in its movement up and down. The handle itself is sort of fragile. It's easy to break them. And its location on the wheel is bad. It's very easy if you're not really paying attention that it kind of gets away from you, and the wheel will actually start to run away from you if you're not paying attention. So yeah, the trolley design on the M Super sucks. Now, it's funny. You know what I did the one time? When Cindy and I did a Northeastern road trip where we had the EUCs with. I had the Monster. I rode the Monster. Cindy rode the M Super, my M Super V3. And she too hated that trolley handle. I actually bought a V5F trolley handle, an InMotion V5F trolley handle, and I attached it to the handle of the M Super. And it worked great. It was fine. I'm trying to remember if I strapped it onto the handle of the M Super, but it worked great. It locked out easily. It locked into place easily, and it was at the perfect height. So yeah, that is something you could look at. It does work because I've done it. I actually had that handle still because when I sold the M Super, actually when I replaced the case in the M Super, I took it off. So I do actually still have a spare handle sitting around. So yeah, that is one option. You can look at it. I don't think it was that expensive. I think I got it from Jason. I believe so. Ken's MSX case got split in the back Saturday. Well, Ken, you might want to look at those MSX rear guards that are on the store, or print one your own. Print one yourself if you have a 3D printer. The STL to do so is in the description of the item on the store. If you want to print it yourself, it's the file is on Thingiverse. Jericho says, in 10 years, I can only imagine what these wheels are going to be able to do. Yeah, well, hopefully they're not banned by that time. I'm still worried that is the direction that we're going, but we'll see. XRev, yes, we've been talking about the burning up MSPs quite a bit. It's not been a good time for Gotway. NYC EUC says I can find the video of the monster catching fire on Jesse Pike YouTube channel. All right, I can do that. I think I can do that pretty quick. So I assume it's literally Jesse Pike. Jesse Pike Production. Is that him? Is it Jesse Pike Production? No, it does not look like it's Jesse Pike Production. There's just a Jesse Pike. Nope. Oh, wait. Okay, hold on. I think I'm getting there. There's several Jesse Pikes. Oh, wow. Okay. Crazy VT fall? No, I didn't see. Oh, he has some videos in here I haven't seen. Okay. So let's watch the... let's watch together the wheel burning up. Let's see if we can share the audio from this. See if you guys can hear this. All right, we're going to share that. Bang. You guys can tell me if you can hear the audio or not. I don't know. I can because I don't have my headphones on, but I've heard it already. So the guy's in the distance. It's burning. Okay, wow. It was burning as he was riding it.
Get away from the
I don't know if
tree!
you guys can see that.
Get away from the tree!
Look at that. Look at that sucker go, man. Get rid of that. Look at that go. Wow. That is the downside of lithium batteries. When they ignite, they ignite. I wonder if we can go back here. Let's go back. I just want to watch this again. Where's the guy? Right here? Right here he is. There he is. So it's on fire right now. He was on for a few feet. Wow, I'm surprised he broke his leg. He must have really came off awkwardly to break his leg because he was not going fast when that happened. Oh boy, yeah, you can tell he's in pain. Wow. Look at that. It's just like bombs going off. That's terrible. Wow. That's some crazy shit, guys, huh? But I mean, I've seen that with multiple PEVs. I've seen schooners spontaneously combust. Of course, everyone's seen. There's been various EUCs that's happened to. Everyone has seen the hoverboards. Of course, they're the ones that started the spontaneous combustion trend. But that is some scary shit when that happens. Heist says, I don't know. I'm familiar with this company because I actually remember considering getting their battery upgrade for my original 9x1 E+. So they stopped selling modified wheels because of liability. Yeah, understandable. Yeah, definitely understandable. I didn't know that they stopped, though, but because I know that they seem to have a pretty solid reputation. How do you say that? Rodwerkstadt? Rodwerkstadt, maybe? I don't know. Would the gyro ball be an upgrade from a one-wheel pint? Seems like a step to the side, not a step up. I think I've seen who did a video on those, the gyro ball. Just look it up. If it's what I'm thinking of, it looked like a joke. It didn't look like anything that appealed to me at all. I would take a pint all day long. Oh yeah, I saw this. No, it looks terrible. It's slow. The pedal clearance is shit. No, I would not buy one of those. $449. If anyone wants to see what that is. If you want to see what a gyro ball is, someone did a video on this. I don't remember who it was, and it just looked dumb. I would take it. I would take a low end like a Kingsong 14S any day over something like that. That thing would be. You would outgrow that very quickly. Now, I assume that if you can ride an EUC, you could ride this. I think I could probably ride that no problem, but it does not appeal to me. Not at all. Ustride's channel content is awesome. Yeah. I've seen a few Ustride's videos. I like his stuff. What do you never know about? Phone died. Oh, Mickey, we were talking about the monster that burned up. And I was saying basically when you're riding at cutout speeds or near cutout speeds, I mean, you know that you are potentially risking yourself. You can gear up for it. You can make sure you're doing it in an environment where you don't have other things around you. But when you have something unexpected happen, this guy wasn't running at cutout speeds. It just spontaneously combusted. And same thing with a MOSFET that burns up a board or whatever. When you're not expecting that, the consequences can be so much worse because you're not expecting it. You could be right next to traffic. You could be right next to people. You could be right next to obstacles, and all kinds of bad shit can happen. So we were just talking in general how that is an aspect that I think a lot of people don't think about, and including myself, that. You learn to trust the wheel. I've never had a wheel die on me, never. So I think it's human nature to expect that to continue, to expect the worst to not happen because it hasn't happened. But That is a possibility, and I do think about it more than I used to. You know, I expect young people to not think about that ever, but I'm an old person, so I do think about that now and then. Steve O says, you won't step foot on my wheel to go riding while gearing up. When I see you guys on YouTube riding with no gear, it scares. It's scary. Yes, it is. The one wheel community is famous for that too. There's tons of guys that ride one wheels without gear. Like I'll have one wheel guys that like sort of make fun of me because I'm wearing gear when I ride my one wheels. And it seems like the one wheel community really hates my rear view mirror on my helmet there. That really that really pisses them off for some reason. But yeah, there's tons of guys that ride one wheels without gear. And a one wheel, I mean, again, it's an extremely fun device to ride, but there are a lot of hazards with the nosedives. Overpowering a one wheel is not that hard, and when you do, you're going to face plant, and breaking the collarbone is a very, very common injury because of the way you're going to go down on a one wheel. You're not going to typically be able to run that out. Jericho's been flying and jumping stairs on your Pro, and so far so good, knocking on wood now. Yes, I've seen it. I mean, you gear up pretty well though, Jericho, from what I've seen, so that's good. But yeah, you definitely push the limits. Ken thinks you're safe with your 84 volt. Your 84 volt MSX, right? Yeah. Well, hopefully you're safe. I think that the problem I talked about with the MOSFET was a very early problem with the early Nicholas 84 volts. Patrick's 55. All right, I'm 3 years behind you, dude. Yeah, I've never broken a bone either, and I shouldn't say that. Knock on my fake wood desk. I've not ever broken a bone that I'm aware of, at least. Oh, so Troy, you're 51. Nice. Yeah, there's a lot of people that are, in our age group that do this, foolishly or otherwise. Partially because it's EUCs are not a inexpensive hobby. They are very, very expensive. So it's not all that surprising that there's a lot of older people that are in the hobby. Leo, could you do a gear up video for the S18? What do you mean gear up? As in safety gear? If that's what you mean, yeah, sure. Yeah, Jericho, when you said you were 53, I was really surprised. You told me that, and I mean, I haven't given you a thorough inspection or anything, but I for some reason I assumed you were in your 30s or whatever. So yeah, good for you, man. Duff, why the S18? This is DSD62983. Don't recognize that handle, but why the S18 over V11? I don't know. I haven't said that. I don't know which I prefer at this point. I know based on specs alone and information about the wheels, I actually have a deposit on a V11. I do not have a deposit on an S18. However, thanks to Jason at eWheels, I'm going to be getting the opportunity to test both of these wheels, S18 maybe later this weekend, V11 whenever Mickey says I'm allowed to have it, I guess. So I'll get to test both of them, and I'll be able to give you a much more rounded and informed opinion about it after that happens. So yeah, stay tuned. Todd says he doesn't look at the falls people have in the shower. Otherwise, we would start wearing full body armor. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I mean, there's a balance there because there's these people that are like fearful of everything, and of course, you could walk out the door and get hit by a bus. You never know. There is danger associated. There can be danger associated with pretty much anything. So yeah, you have to just you have to find a happy medium there. Mickey says that guy with the Fireball Monster bought a crappy knockoff you buy from a reputable dealer. Okay, I don't know details. Was it cheaper than normal? I don't know. Lumo. I know that was the dealer's name, who I never heard of prior to seeing that video. The full gear video. Yeah. I'll do my best. Robert, who is a new EUC rider, says, I've been thinking about the safety side as well. One of the main reasons I like staying with my power scooters most of the time for PES or PEV riding. Yeah, I definitely feel like when I've ridden the Dualtron close to 40, you definitely feel safer, but to a degree. The one negative of the scooter is the smaller tires. That can make things a little bit squirrely. But generally speaking, I feel safer on two wheels than I do on one. Robert says, lithium is super flammable. Yeah, it sure is. Patrick says, no wonder Kuji has all those fire protection balls. Wonder how well they would work against that fire. As far as I know, lithium fires, conventional fire extinguishers do not work on lithium fires. With a lithium fire, I think you have to just kind of let it burn out, really. Cover it. I don't know that you can put it out conventionally. Spraying it with water, I don't think any of that will really fix it because they burn so hot. VT fell that day also on sand. Okay, so that's the other video that I saw on here. Crazy VT fall. Okay, it's 38 seconds. We're always into seeing VT fall, so let's watch VT fall. Let's share this screen. Should I share the audio? Wait, stop the screen. Let's share the screen. Let's share the audio on this screen. Share. And then let's watch VT fall. I don't even know which one is VT. Is that VT there?
Go put your shit.
The blue helmet?
And believe in yourself.
He's showing off for VT groupies. Yep. There you go.
I got it!
VT.
I got it! Yeah! On his ass! Gotta be some real shit.
That's pretty funny. Everyone loves a good fall. And he wasn't hurt, so that's good. Heis is leaving. Oh, he's going to sleep. Okay, thanks for stopping in, buddy. Appreciate it. Jesse might be known as Clown. Okay. Pedro says a really big bucket of sand is more effective. Oh, you're talking about putting out a lithium fire? Yeah, you want to try to cut it off from oxygen, basically. So, which depending on the situation may or may not be very easy. Gyro ball is not being made anymore. Oh, really? It looked like it wasn't even released yet. It looked like it was like a Kickstarter project. Okay, well that's good because I think it would have been a waste of $450 in my opinion. Your husband got an update about the burnup of the MSP from eWheels. Oh, really? Oh, so maybe Jason has sent something out regarding it. Let's view this. Okay. This is from Drew at eWheels. Let's see. Can I share this? Let's see. Let's see if I can do this so you guys can read this so I don't have to read for you. Let's create a new banner. I can only go up to 200 pages. Okay. Or 200 characters. I cannot do that. So let's get out of that. All right. I'll just read this to you guys. Well, can I do this? But I don't want to show their email address. Okay, never mind. I'll just read it to you. It's better for the podcast anyways. Someone wrote into eWheels asking about, Francisco asked about the MSP burnups, and the response he got back from Drew from eWheels was, with this late batch of MSPs, there have been 2 failed boards in a production run of a few hundred. It's definitely concerning, but we're still evaluating the extent and nature of the issue. Gotway is continuing to conduct the investigation on this problem, whether it's isolated to just these 2 machines or for the entire production run. We should have an answer back in the next few days. Okay. So as far as eWheels is concerned, out of their batch, they've only had two, those two that we talked about, that have failed out of several hundred. So, but they're looking into it more. Thanks for sending that to me. I appreciate it. It's nice when viewers can help me provide the content and information. All right. That's interesting. Okay, talking about putting out lithium fires. Yes, yes. So, Robert, you're 51 and you've broken many things. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. I guess I'm just lucky. But I did drink a lot of milk growing up, so maybe I have really strong bones. I don't know. So, XRev is 28 and he's broken both of your arms. Oh, wow. Never lock your arms on a fall. Yeah, that's probably good advice. What what broke the lower or the upper part of your arm? I would think you could pop a shoulder doing that as well. I've had firsthand experience with shoulder issues lately. I went to I just stopped going to physical therapy last Friday. When I was going for almost a month, I think, for a shoulder problem for like a period of 2 weeks. And I talked about this in my videos. For like a period of 2 weeks, I couldn't raise my right arm. I had intense shoulder pain. It was like someone shot it with a gun. Like if I tried to move it, I had to use my other arm to lift it. Like if I wanted to put deodorant on, I had to lift up my arm and like stick it on a shelf so I could put deodorant on and then lift it off. It was ridiculous. It was like that for 2 weeks before I went to finally see somebody. And nothing definitive was ever found. I mean, they took X-rays and didn't see anything on the X-ray. I never had an MRI, but I've just been going to physical therapy for like a month, and it feels better. Been doing a lot of the typical rotator cuff exercises with light weight. You know, the boring exercises where you're laying on your side and doing these and side raises and stuff. So it feels better, but it's still not 100%. It's still there. I'm still not doing push-ups. Still not doing pull-ups. So I've been going slow and steady. So Joe is 50. Oh, you're in Sarasota? Sarasota, Florida? I assume that's the only Sarasota I know of. 100 volt MSX. Cool. Well, I have a 100 volt MSX too, man. I like it a lot. I really do. It's much more than I thought I was going to. The one wheel is only 750 watts. Yes, that's true, Jericho. And actually the motor in the Pint is also a 750 watt motor. So some people don't realize that the power of the motor in the Pint and the XR is the same, more or less. Oh, Jericho, if you were a skater for 30 years, dude, you need a one wheel. Come on, man. You need it. You really do. Yeah, I was talking, again, depending if you've seen the videos or not, there's a video where I was riding to Dunkin' Donuts. I ran into some guy in an XR that's a really accomplished one-wheel rider, and he was talking about how fast he's going. I think he said 24, 25, and those are only rated to like 19 is what they publish. But I've heard people pushing them up to the upper 20s even. It's crazy. But I guess what he said that he does when he's typically riding, especially at speed, is he keeps his feet right next to, he's a fender, and he keeps his feet right next to the wheel. And by keeping your feet more narrow, you're not requiring the board to balance you as much. So that is his way to squeeze more speed out of it. When you have your feet out towards the ends, the motor is working much harder to balance you. So because when I ride, I do ride with my feet out, because I got long legs, big feet. So I do ride that way with my feet out. But if you're trying to squeeze the most speed out of a one wheel, you want to ride with your feet as close to the wheel as possible. Tip. Hey, Marty's here. Jericho photoshops his pictures. Yeah, Marty, when he told me he was 53, wow, I could not believe it. So he's only a few years behind you. But maybe that's because I just see him fully geared out, just jumping over shit. You and I spend more FaceTime with the camera, so people can evaluate us harder than Jericho. But yeah, I was very surprised that he was 53. Patrick says, I shrug when I see vids of people riding with their hands in their pockets. I remember I did that. Actually, that's I remember, Marty, do you remember that was like I don't know if it's a challenge or just something that we did when we were learning EUCs to prevent us from throwing our arms around to balance. That was like an accomplishment when we could ride with our hands in our pockets or our hands behind our back. Yeah, so I mean, I wouldn't recommend doing that normally, but that was something that I remember using as a milestone in my learning experience, ironically. Jericho says, not EUC geared up, but gear referring to riding an XR. Yeah. I don't think you need to have a full crash suit to ride an XR, but the basics definitely would help you for sure. Jeffrey's 51, another 50 plus. That seems to be a very common age for the EUC community. Jericho referring to the safety of scooters versus other devices. Yep. Jeffrey's had no broken bones yet, but lots of physical therapy. Marty's familiar with physical therapy as well. Oh, Aunt Cecilia's here. Hi, Aunt Cecilia. It's Cindy's Aunt Cecilia. She must have tuned in on Facebook. How you doing? Hope you're doing well. It's been a very, very interesting couple of months, or 3 months, however long it's been. I've lost track of time. Jericho says you got your MSP before the Jason batch. Hopefully you have no issues. Yeah, hopefully. XREV elbows. So your elbows broke when you went down with straight arms. Shoulder still messed up from a cutoff. Probably yeah. Yeah, but the therapist said that I might have some issues in my labrum in my right shoulder because depending on the move, I can still get a little bit of a pinch. I can get a little bit of a crunch. Sometimes I can get a little bit of a snap, crackle, pop feeling in my shoulders. So the joys of getting old. Oh, okay. So Marty was on Black. Marty, I heard that Black Cobra was doing a live stream. I had no idea. Mickey told me when I first started, so I didn't mean to step on his stream. If Black Cobra sees this, I apologize. Okay, so Marty is asking about my story. What's the dates? Yes, well, the S18 is already in Florida. Mickey has it. Mickey got it on Tuesday, I believe. Mickey's going to keep it for several more days, and I'm hoping to pick it up, maybe late this weekend. I don't know. And then once I get it, I'm going to probably take some time off of work and do a compressed marathon review, kind of like what I did with the Z10. And then I believe, unless the plans change, it's supposed to go to New York City, I believe, after me, I think. The V11, originally I was told by Jason it was like 2 weeks behind the S18. From what Mickey was saying, it sounds like it's going to be sooner than that, but he won't tell me because I don't know. He doesn't want me to know. But yeah, I'm supposed to get the V11 after that, so that should be within 2 weeks. And from what Mickey sounds like, it will probably be less than that. So it's coming. It's coming soon, real soon. Tim from Facebook. Tim is 50. Wow, man, everyone here is 50-ish. Tim broke a finger and fractured your forehead playing high school baseball. Ouch. Sounds like a line drive to me. I used to pitch in high school, so I had a couple close calls, but never broke anything there either. Cindy.
Yes, Sean?
Aunt Cecilia's on here.
Oh, someone say hi.
Cindy says hi. If you don't hear her on the mic, she says hi. Oh, Tim, you sold your one wheel? What do you have, an XR or a pint? And do you have any regrets? I have no intention to sell my one wheels. Freaking Marty. Yeah, Marty's always busting chops, isn't he? Kings Road loves my live chat. Good, man. I love having you here. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. Marty remembers my no arm waving challenge. Yeah, who won that challenge? I don't know. I think it was your idea. I think you suggested it, and then I just saw if I could do it or not. And surprisingly, it wasn't as hard as I thought it might be. It's a good challenge. And I remember doing that, learning to ride backwards as well. You know, the challenge was to reverse directions with your hands in your pockets, because even now, most of the time that I reverse directions, I will throw my arms. You know, it's a bad habit, but I probably need to practice more. So you're another 52-year-old, okay? Total noob. I was actually interested in getting a one wheel and then came across EUC videos. I don't know if you heard earlier, but that's the route that I went. I learned EUC first and then one wheel later. And I think that might be I think people that go from a one wheel to an EUC struggle more than people going from an EUC to a one wheel. That's just my opinion. But generally speaking, a one wheel is considerably easier to pick up the basics on, I think. It's been hi again, Aunt Cecilia. That's been my experience. Thanks for stopping in. You're probably already on the sofa, but thanks for coming by. Amadell, I remember you. So Cindy, you don't want to just talk off camera for a second so I can pee? You don't have to even come on camera? You could sing or something.
Me?
Yeah.
I sing horribly.
How about if you do spoken word?
Now, I took my hat off. I've got a mark on my head.
Well, that's what I mean. Don't sit here. Don't be in the camera. Just say something interesting for 30 seconds. You can do that. What's that? Okay. Marty says, I assume he was in NYC now. No, Marty is still. Oh, okay. Well, I'll turn off this light. Well, no, you're not going to even come in front of the camera, so don't worry about it. Just stand to the side. Yep. Mickey is down here still, east coast of Florida. He's going to be here. I don't know. Probably into July. I'm not sure when exactly, but I'm actually going to save Jason some FedEx charges, and I'm going to drive over there and pick up the S18 in my Tesla. What's that? Sure. Which kind? Yeah, which kind are we doing?
I've got all sorts of kinds. I got mint, which you don't like. I've got peach.
I'll do the mint.
Peach. Oh wait, I got passion fruit you like.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
Yeah. I got it. Yeah, fruity.
Dan says hi, Cindy. You know, Dan that visited us. Well, he says he has some pics of a family of swans. If you're interested, he has some pictures of a family of swans. Yes. Yeah, it's nice. Marty says he's sending me the veteran first. Oh, you're getting the veteran first. Nice. How soon is that supposed to happen? Do you know? Because we were talking about that earlier, Marty. That I saw Lynn said that if you want a veteran wheel in the United States to go through eWheels, but I went on eWheels site and it's not listed even as something you can buy on eWheels. So I assume it's something where, okay. I assume it's something that you have to just like email Jason and say, hey, I want a veteran. I assume that's the way it's working. But if that's not, correct me. That's cool. I'm interested in seeing how you do in the veteran. Don't tell Mickey that though. He'll probably get pissed. Let's start a veterans club. I'm sure Marty will probably start a veterans Telegram group or something. So Leo's 48, same age range. Okay. NYC Mom Wife Teacher says, if you ever decide to come to NYC, we have a one wheel and Lambot Max scooters, soon 3 EUCs. We have a ball. We are in a mid-40s. Good to know. I appreciate that. Yeah, if I ever get up there again, I haven't been up there in a few years. I definitely have a lot of contacts up there now. And yeah, it'd be fun. It would definitely be fun. Jericho says those speed bump jumps you did in your 3-wheel test is misleading. That particular shape of speed bump is tough to catch air on for anyone. Well, see, in retrospect, I agree. But what the whole reason I went there in the first place was when I was riding with Mickey, he went over that and he caught not a ton of air, but he caught significant air. And in retrospect, I think it was because he was going a lot faster too when he hit it. And there's 2 speed bumps there. I don't remember. Maybe the one that I was on was less of an angle than the first one. That could be the case as well. I don't remember which one that he caught the air on. So that could have been a problem as well. But I agree, it was underwhelming. I caught much more on that small one in the school lot. Robert's heading out. Thanks for stopping by, bud. Appreciate it. Good luck on your EUC journey. Yep. So just like sing a song or say a poem. All right, well,
scare your people away.
Say a poem.
No, it's hot. Go pee.
Okay.
Is that what you're doing?
Yeah. Very quickly.
Okay.
I have a cookie with my tea.
Can you have a cookie with your tea? Sure. Am I supposed to put headphones on or anything? Oh, he left me. Oh, veteran. I just saw the word veteran there. I don't know if I'm supposed to be. Oh, let's go. Hi, guys. Aunt Cecilia, if you're out there. Hi, everybody. I'm out on my patio playing with plants and putting some solar lights in the garden area. See? Brett. Hi, James. Dan. Can't wait to see the pictures. Hi. Oh, the chickens are fine. I put them to bed. And Kathy, that chicken is like, she's a cat. She's like on her 9th life. She has like been sick for a period of time. Hi, Scouts on her. And then she came back and she's just freaking great. Mm-hmm. Hey, NYC mom, wife, teacher. Say that really fast. Mm-hmm. How many cookies did you grab? 1. I had my special cookie. Hi, Pedro.
Special cookie.
Well, it helps me sleep.
Here, click on this. There's the Swamp Picks that Dan sent.
Oh, look how cute.
Look just double. Oh, there you go.
Oh, look how
cute.
sweet.
I don't know, baby swans
babies. I have not. Oh, look how sweet. Uh-oh, what says test gone wrong? Hi, everybody. I'm taking over the rest of the show. Just kidding. That's kidding.
Fine. You can.
Stretch it out.
Yep.
Wait, one is mine. Yeah, that's yours. See the purple.
Okay. Thank you.
The passion one.
Yeah.
Passion.
Uncle.
You're welcome. Why does it say veteran?
With this new software, you can
am I supposed to be able to hear it? I'm not supposed to.
No, I don't.
You don't have anybody else and nothing else going.
No one else is them. Where's that?
I was trying to read what Brett said. Oh, yeah, wheels. Oh, my gosh. Can you imagine?
What?
If you couldn't get anything from China, y'all would be freaking out.
No.
It'd be like, wait, well, you'd have to reach out to all the like 3D printers and all the mechanical engineers out there that are doing this stuff. I depend
greatly on China.
I know. You really do. Mm-hmm. Really, really do.
So Marty's here. Mickey was here earlier. I don't know if he's still here.
Hi, Mickey. Say hi to Marissa for me. Oh, bye, Patrick. Somebody says, oh, who doesn't tell you anything? Marty?
He's talking about Jason.
Oh, I know. I saw that later. Sorry. Oh. Dun, da, da. I'm catching up. Mm-hmm. Dun, da, da. Who am I thinking? Who am I missing? Who are we missing? People that I... Oh, did you get any info?
On what?
On the...
Oh, one for getting the other job.
On my bike?
Oh, no. I emailed him today.
Oh. They're really nice about letting us know what's going on.
Yeah, they've not responded.
Would you like to sit down?
Sure.
I'm just tired because I was outside. Bye, guys. Take care.
Everybody loves Cindy guest appearances.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do.
Oh, stop.
People complain when you're not in my videos.
Well, I'm sure they're glad I didn't sing. I'm going to take your tea bag and put it in mine so that yours
Can you
doesn't
just sing a
stick down.
couple of lines of YMCA or something?
Nope.
Come on.
Nope. Nope. Can you?
I can, but I don't need to.
Exactly.
All right, there you go. Cindy guest appearance. Always a good time. You what? Yes, I've recruited Cindy because the 3D printed store is so busy. I've recruited Cindy to help me with the process. You know,
I think it's messed up. You could blame it on me.
Yeah. If there's any mistakes, it's Cindy's fault. But yeah, she's been helping me, put stands together, pack them up, that kind of stuff. Because it's crazy. Like the last few days, every day there's 3, 4, 5, even 6. How many orders did we ship out today, Cindy? 6?
5.
When you dropped it off.
5, but there were 2 that were big, like 3
Yeah.
or 4 pieces.
Yeah, and there was one that went to Canada today. So I think there was stuff that went to Hawaii today, or no, maybe the day before that. But yeah, there's just been lots of activity. This tea is hot. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it's hot tea.
Oh, okay.
You
Okay.
want an ice cube?
No, I'm fine.
I would wait, 3 or 4 minutes. Don't burn yourself. Then you'll
I'm
have
fine.
to drink some aloe.
I'm fine.
Okay.
So Marty says, I have the sense that Jason wants me to critique of the quality, etc. Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, I think you're a good first person to have that. Did you get the stand I sent you, Marty? I never heard a confirmation. I just want to make sure it didn't get lost in the mail. That definitely should be out there by now, I'm sure. Yes, the veteran is a bit of an unknown. What did you think of that image that just showed a veteran wheel with 50 miles an hour, 100 miles of range? That was a very impactful picture, I thought. Let me bring that up again. Like what went through your head, Marty, when you saw this? And I mean, there's no denying that the visuals of the wheel are going to be polarizing. That's a nice way to put it. It's a polarizing design. But if it actually does have the specs that they claim, and it is kind of cool that it has a little LCD panel that's kind of sunk into the top of the wheel, so you can look down and you can see your speed and your battery level, that kind of stuff. I think that's actually a really good idea. Really good. So I'm very anxious to see what you think of it. I'm sure you'll do a fair and balanced review.
I'm sorry.
What are you doing? Elsa, not now, honey.
I'm getting in the shower. Just grab that. Sorry.
Elsa,
Elsa, come.
go to mommy.
Good girl.
Hey, Brett. I don't know if I said hello to you. I think Cindy did, but welcome. Glad to see you here. Lots of Cindy hellos. Yes, everybody loves Cindy. Cindy. Jeffrey asks, how's bodybuilding going? You're talking about Cindy's? Her bikini competition stuff? She hasn't been doing that lately. We did order her one of those Echelon spin bikes. It's like a Peloton. It's like a smart connected bike where you can either follow a live trainer, like on your tablet, or they have a bunch of pre-recorded rides you can do. It's Bluetooth connected. It tracks all your stats and workouts, and she's looking forward to that. That's it. If you guys were paying attention, that's what we were talking about. She was asking about the bike. I've been trying to find out what happened to it because it was supposedly was going to be shipping on June 6th, and we've got no shipping updates yet. So I've been I've been trying to push that. She's very excited for it. So Marty did get the stand. I figured you did. I wasn't. Yeah. I mean, I could have checked the tracking and verified that, but I didn't. So expect a video, of course. I would expect nothing less. William Norfleet. That's another name I don't recognize. Hi, Duff. I know the big discussion mostly, and your video is about the one wheel, but what about two wheels like the Segway Mini Pro? I've modded the hell out of mine and still doing a bunch of modding. We still have our Mini Pro. I had two originally. Mini Pro is what we started with. We had two Mini Pros, a white one and a black one. I gave the black one away to Cindy's ex-husband's children. The white one, we put the monster tires on, and we did the SwallowBot upgrade to give it an extra 2 to 3 miles an hour. So yeah, we have it. That's something that Cindy rides. You know, I don't ride that typically. Elsa, not right now, honey. Go see mommy. Go see mommy. It's okay. I know you're excited. Here, give me this. Cindy. Go get it. It's funny. Elsa loves to play late at night for some reason. It's very strange. She's a very loving and fun dog, but strange. Yes. Here, chew on this. This doesn't make noise. There you go. What's that? Play with that. So what was I saying? Oh, about the Mini Pro. I actually just bought whatever the newer version of the Mini Pro is for my my nephew for his birthday, and he loves that thing, man. He loves it. He rides it all over the place. But yeah, for me, it's something that I just kind of outgrew. You know, the limited range, limited speed. Although, you know, with the SwallowBot, it's, you know, it can go 13, 14. So the Mini Pros are cool, but it's just not my cup of tea. So what have you done mods beyond that? I mean, what else can you do besides the SwallowBot upgrade and changing the tires? I've seen people put handles on them. You can get handles for them, so they're more like a full-size Segway. But I'm curious what else you've done. You know, they had the go-kart mod for the Mini Pros, but you know, that never interested me either. Marty believes the specs. Yeah, I mean, I don't think that they would. He's talking about the veteran. I don't think that they would throw that out there lightly, you know, because they're going to look pretty stupid if they would not hit those specs. Let's see, point that down a little. So here you can see, because I'm a recliner. I don't like to sit upright, so there we go. That's a better angle, I believe. So you believe the specs. So Marty, how fast are you willing to push it? 30 maybe? Something like that? It was interesting how there was all this discussion about the pedals being too low, pedals too low, pedals too low. And Lene published that picture today that showed that the pedals were 17 centimeters high, which I guess is 6.7 inches. And actually, I believe I saw you comment that that's pretty much a standard height. But it's interesting that people just thought that they were like 3 to 4 inches off the ground for some reason. Oh, Dan remembers Elsa. Dan did visit us, and we did ride several months ago. Marty says you fear for the lifespan of that LCD display and controller. Yeah, well, I mean, it is recessed, right? I thought it looked like it was recessed. So I'm hoping that they would take that into consideration. You would certainly hope so. But yeah, it will be interesting to see if that is a problem or not, because not only can you see stuff there, you know, you can see your speed, your battery, and all that kind of stuff, but you can also change settings, I believe, is what I read, where you can like change the ride mode, and I'm not sure what else. But so, yeah. And I assume that like if the LCD gets broken, that the wheel would not be out of commission. That would kind of suck, right? Marty loves the potential range, and yeah, Masculine looks. I know. I know that you are real into that, especially because I know that you're one of the things you always said about the ACM was you like the masculine looks of the ACM. And if you like that look, then the veteran is that look on steroids. So, and the range, of course. Can you imagine if it actually does have range like that? If you could actually, if anyone could ride that thing to zero, it would be you. But 100 miles, I think would be pushing it even for you, I would think. Bill H. Are you 64, Bill? Wow, good for you, man. The oldest that I've ever heard. I remember on one of my videos, there was someone that was commenting saying he was either starting to learn or learned, and he was in his 80s, his early 80s. Hopefully he was very careful, and hopefully he didn't have any bad falls. But yeah, that's the oldest that I've ever seen someone tell me that they were into EUCs. So you learned on an M10-3, and in motion VA, graduating to the MS Pro. Cool. It sounds like a pretty good progression. Pre-ordered the V11. Okay, well, me too. We share something in common. Totally addicted. Marty, Duff, and Chooch's fault. Sorry, man. It is a fun hobby. It's like flying without wings. Yeah, it can feel that way. So, Marty, I assume, this is a dumb thing to even ask because I'm sure I know the answer, but I assume that you're going to buy the V11 and the S18, right? I assume. There was someone on here earlier, though, Marty, that is buying the M Super Pro high speed and the M Super Pro, the normal M Super Pro, the high torque version. He wants both. So do you want both of those as well? I thought that was kind of interesting. What is the name of your Facebook group? Whose Facebook group are you asking? I don't know. I don't have my own Facebook group. Brett Extreme, yes, I really should just change my middle name to Extreme. Jeff says Ryan scooters and Super 73 seem like to be in the bike category. Well, Super 73 is definitely a bike. Isn't that the electric bike with like the big beach cruiser tires? That's definitely a bike. Ryan scooter is not really a bike because you can't pedal it. In a Super 73, you can actually pedal, I guess. So. Mickey, now Mickey's on Facebook. What's up, man? Now you're on Facebook. You left me on YouTube. Now you're on Facebook. Don't you have I think Mickey has a very busy streaming schedule. Well, actually, you should be busy doing S18 stuff right now. Really, you really should. I'm telling people how you're not going to let me know when you have the V11 because you want it to be top secret. But if you want me to pimp your shred lights, come on, it's got to be some give and take here. Are you gonna send Marty some shred lights? It's like as a peace offering to the LA riders. Maybe they'll hate you less if you would throw Marty some shred lights. Marty says he can't wait to see the Chinese English translations in that LCD. Yeah, that will be interesting. I agree. Okay, William talking about his Mini Pro again. What about the I'm confused by that statement. William says, Duff, what about two wells such as my Segway Mini Pro 9bot S by 9bot? Segway speeds are great. I'm currently working on longer battery life. Yeah, do they make, I don't even know if they make aftermarket batteries with more capacity for the Mini Pros. I don't know. As is, mine used to get, 12 miles maybe. I doubt that it gets that anymore. It's getting a little bit long in the tooth at this point. Dan says if Marty's going to do a range test on a 100-mile EUC, he's going to need to stop at a hotel overnight. Many of you guys might not remember this. I know Marty does, but do you remember when Ian did 100-mile, I think it was 100-mile ride on his 9-bot 1 E plus. I think it was the E plus. You remember that? He had all of these external battery packs, like just like saddlebags on the wheel. That was required to do that kind of range. It's hilarious. I mean, it was, and I don't remember. Did he do that all at one shot? I don't remember. It was a long time ago, but it's kind of funny that you can just now buy an off-the-shelf EUC. Oh yeah, 100 miles. Yeah, no problem. Just charge it up and you're good to go. Yeah, I don't know, Marty. If you could, do you think you could literally do a 100-mile trip in a day? Because I know some of your range tests are what, like 6 hours, something like that. So that would be a very, very long day. You'd have to start early, for sure. Marty asked, did I talk about the Monster Pro? Yes, I did. Well, yeah, somewhat. I was saying that I think I'm going to be trying to sell my Monster V1, just to help offset the potential costs of the Pro, because I heard someone throw out a number of, like, I think Jericho said like between $3,500 and $4,000 for it or something. It's a little obscene, so I need to save my pennies to do that. Luckily, I have some time. Of course, I do have to still pay for my V11 as well, and you missed on buying a new lawn tractor as well. So I have a lot of potential expenses ahead of me. But I do think I will be trying to sell my Monster V1. Have to see how many miles I have on it. Not that many, and it's in more or less good shape. A couple scratches, but I mean, you know the way I ride. It's not anything crazy. Man, I love all the comments, guys. Appreciate it. Will the Veteran have tilt back or just beeps like regular Gotway? Good question. I mean, Gotways have tilt back. It's just a lot of people just turn it off. So I don't know if they're going for the same strategy with the Veteran. I am interested if they're going to follow the Gotway tradition of not having firmware that can be updated via Bluetooth on the app, which I think has always been kind of shitty. So I don't know if they're going to depart from that or if they're going to stick with that strategy that it's a closed firmware that you cannot upgrade with your app. I think that's not a great plan, but we'll see. William says, would I compare the Segway Mini Pro as transportation just like the 16X? Well, a Mini Pro is transportation. It's just more limited transportation. Mini Pro is slower. A Mini Pro is more treacherous in like if you're in a riding situation where you're like going off sidewalk ramps and onto sidewalk ramps or anything uneven. The problem with the Mini Pro for me always was, if you're in if you're in flat ground, it's fine. But if you hit a situation where you're going this way or that way, then yeah, if you're not prepared for it at all times and your knee bumps that steering bar, you spin abruptly and it's you're on the dirt, man. So, and I've seen that happen many times. 16X can handle more aggressive terrain. It can do it faster and it can go longer. So as far as transportation, a 16X would be far superior to a Mini Pro, in my opinion. But a Mini Pro, it's a good device. Yeah, it's a good device. It's just, it doesn't compare, though, to a high-end EUC, in my opinion. Jericho likes how much real estate is on the size of the Veteran and the M Super Pro, or the Monster Pro, for ad space. Yes. Yeah, I'll be slapping some EUC Army stickers on there, hopefully. Marty does have a budget. So you're buying the Monster Pro for sure, and maybe the Veteran. What about the suspension wheels? You don't think you're going to buy an S18 or a V11? I can't believe that. I guess it all depends on how your test goes. You know, if it significantly improves your off-road riding experience, I think you would have a hard time resisting buying one of those, but we'll see. I know the smaller battery, specifically on the S18, is going to be a drawback for someone like you, for sure. Duff, can you fashion us a seat for the V11 by the weekend? Mickey asks. No, but I plan to try to put my monster seat on it and see if that works. The monster seat is pretty generic. The V1 monster seat is pretty generic. It's just a slot up the middle, so it might actually be passable as a seat on the V11. I intend to try that. Marty says, if I had the S18, the last place I'd be here with you. Sorry. Oh, there's another dig at Mickey. Well, Mickey has other responsibilities. I understand. And his whole family's here and everything. So, but again, I don't think you heard this earlier, Marty. But when I am planning to take off, several days, both for the S18 and whenever I get the V11, I have some vacation I have to burn up anyways before the middle of August. So, I will be spending some of that doing intensive, hardcore EUC reviewing. And I will be generating a lot of videos during that time period, guaranteed. Mickey says it's 9:30 at night in Florida. No thanks to riding in mosquito heaven. I was riding all day. Well, that's good. Although mosquitoes at night here, at least where I live, it's typically not bad at night. Mosquitoes are bad at dusk. That transition from day to night, that's when they are just ferocious, at least around here. Usually at this point, it's not as bad. It's tolerable. Marty just keeps turning those screws, man. If Mickey isn't riding the S18 right now, Jason should take it back. Well, technically, he got it directly from Kingsong. It actually didn't come through Jason's warehouse, I believe. I mean, he'll correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe it came right from Kingsong. But I assume Jason owns this wheel, I think. Pedro, great to be here again, but it's really late here. Good night, all. Good night, Pedro. Thanks for stopping in, bud. I appreciate it. Okay, Mickey says you can take it, Marty. I assume you're talking about the veteran wheel. Yeah, Mickey, are you upset that Marty's going to get the veteran wheel before you do? Just curious. I'm not trying to be an antagonist or anything. I would never do that. So in regards to Marty doing his ultra long distance rides, I did a 75-mile ride 2 weeks ago, and there was plenty of daylight left. So so I would say that means that you think that you can do a full range test on the veteran. No, that's all. It's awesome, dude. Benefits of retirement. I look forward to it someday. Marty sold your V1. When did you do that recently? Did I not know that you sold your V1? I don't remember that. Did you tighten the pedal hangers before you sold it? I've never had to do that with my V1, luckily. $700. Okay, so since mine has less miles than yours, significantly less miles than yours, I wonder if I can get that, or maybe more. I don't know. We'll see. I'd be happy with 700. If anyone on the stream wants to buy my V1 Monster for 700, it's yours. You got to pay shipping though. Dan says my feet couldn't take that long of a ride. Mine could not either. I would not even entertain it, not for a second. Segway Mini Pro is a 1600-watt output machine capable of 20 plus miles per hour. It is capable of that, but I would not want to go 20 miles an hour on a Mini Pro. Not with that steering mechanism. It's just it's too twitchy, man. You hit a bump and you hit that steering bar. You are hurting. I don't know, William. Have you ever ridden an EUC? Because if you haven't, I mean, you'll understand what I mean once you ride an EUC. There's just a level of control and agility that is just not there with a Mini Pro. Marty could do the 100 miles if he got out of second gear. Okay. I'll leave that one alone. Marty asks if I'm getting an electric lawn tractor. No, it is gas. I'm targeting a Husqvarna with a Kawasaki motor and a fabricated deck. I guess you don't have to mow grass out there, Marty, but I do, in summertime a lot. So a lawn tractor is an important investment in my world. Troy Phoenix is getting out of here. Good night, buddy. Thanks for stopping in. Always like to have the UK guys hanging out. Marty says the veteran doesn't have an app. Oh, wow. Really? So the only way to control it is through that control panel? Oh, boy. That could come back to bite them. Wow. That's an odd decision. Do they have to be working on something. There has to be an app down the road. I mean, it won't be a viable wheel if there's no app. Yeah, I had not heard that. That's very interesting, though. No firmware upgrades, I predict. I predict that your prediction is correct. William still pitching the merits of the Segway Mini Pro. Yeah, don't get me wrong. I like the Mini Pro. I covered a lot of miles on my Mini Pro. But once I got into EUCs, I really had no reason to go back to the Mini Pro. Really didn't. Cindy likes it because Cindy doesn't really ride EUCs much anymore. So her primary PEVs that she rides with me is the Dualtron and the Mini Pro. And the Dualtron she likes because it's fast and can keep up with me on EUC rides. But working the trigger, the thumb trigger, can be painful for her hands. So that can be a problem with the Mini Pro. There's no auxiliary control needed, so that's why she likes that for slower rides. The Mini Pro is a good companion. Like if I have my one of my one wheels out, because Speedwise are compatible. So that's usually when she'll pull out the Mini Pro. William, I've heard of people running Mini Pros to 20 miles an hour backwards, because I guess there's not a speed limiter when you run them backwards. I've heard. It sounds like a very bad idea, but I have heard that is possible. I just would never want to do it. Marty says, "Who really needs suspension?" So, Marty, you're not that excited about the suspension idea. I had asked Mickey, I think it was today, Mickey, like how the suspension feels on just regular riding. Like, does it feel significantly different just doing normal road hard surface riding with the suspension? And he said it did not. So I'm very interested to see how it feels, especially on my swamp ride, because that is the bumpiest ride that I have by far. So I'm very interested to see how much that helps me in that environment, because normally I complete that ride and I am beat to hell. My back is killing me. My legs are killing me. So yeah, if it helps a situation like that, that would be awesome. Dan asked, did I get any quotes back? What Dan is referring to is because my 3D stand stuff has been accelerating in pace. I actually, Dan's a machinist, and I asked Dan about injection molding as a possibility for making parts. Maybe injection molding is a process where they have to fabricate the mold, but then they inject plastic in there and make parts that way. It's very quick once you have the mold created, but the process of making that mold is very expensive. There's a lot of expense up front, with the advantage on the back end of being able to make parts hopefully cheaper and stronger, actually, because the materials you use would be stronger than a 3D print. Like that's what Jason does with the mudguard he includes with the MSX. That was a design by Supersport, a 3D printed design that Jason paid the money to have that injection molded. But anyways, Dan, I did email that company, and they never responded to me, even though they said that they responded in 24 hours. Maybe they figured, because I said, it asked for like estimates of how many parts I needed. I said like maybe 100 of 3 different types. And maybe he's like, screw that. That's small potatoes. I'm not going to even respond. So he did not respond to me. But it's still something I'm thinking about. I'm thinking about it. Okay, Mickey confirmed that that wheel came direct from Kingsong, not through the e-wheel warehouse. They love me. Everybody loves Mickey, right? That's what I hear. Uh-oh, Mickey doesn't like the S18. What makes you say that? I think Mickey likes the S18. He's a big fan, see? He loves it. Bill H says the sand gnats are worse. Yes, they can. Sand fleas, they call them, at least not around here. Yes, they can be brutal. Luckily, I don't spend much time on the beach. My V1 has a broken axle key. Oh, okay, so that's a recent happening. Okay. And you still got $700 for it? Well, shit. What do you think I should ask for mine then, Marty? Because I'm betting mine doesn't have more than... If it had 600 miles on it, I'd be surprised. So could I ask $1,000 for it? I don't know. I think I paid $2,000 for it when I bought it. So I don't know. Tell me what you think. But of course, you're in an area where you have a lot of EUC enthusiasts. I am not. So obviously, I would be shipping it wherever it goes. So we'll see. I've sold wheels pretty quickly before. Jeffrey says, Eddie Moy hasn't posted in almost a year. Any word on him? Yeah, it's funny. I actually was talking to Mickey about that last week, earlier this week. I don't remember. Because for a while there, Eddie was accelerating. He was posting videos all the time, and then it just stopped. Somewhere around the time that he reviewed the 16X, and shortly after that, he stopped making videos. I don't know the backstory. Maybe someone in here does. I do not know the backstory, but I can confirm I have not seen anything from him either. Marty says his old Monster still rode great once it's moving. Cheap's way for someone to get into monster riding. Okay. Amadel, have you heard about the new X-Way Atlas and Backfire Zealot? Would you change the EUC for an E-skate longboard? I have not heard about either of those. You may not know this, but I had two electric skateboards. I had a Meepo KT-V3, which I actually sold a couple weeks ago. And I still have a Backfire Ranger X1. Riding electric skateboards, I got into that after the one wheels. And riding electric skateboards is a different experience. It's fun, but not nearly as fun as EUCs or the one wheel, in my opinion. X-Way Atlas. Let's see, what is the Atlas? Okay, the picture is loading very, very slowly. Atlas. Okay, so it's an all-terrain board. I mean, those boards, like the LaCroix board, those real high-end all-terrain electric skateboards. I mean, they look impressive as hell. They're cool. Their specs are awesome. But it's just the riding experience just doesn't do it for me. And I even with an all-terrain board, an EC still can handle more terrain than something like that. So. Not for me, but I appreciate the tech and the specs of those type of boards. But if someone put a gun to my head and said I have to choose between an EUC and an E-skate, EUC all day long. XRev says, you want to sell your Monster V3 so you can go for the Pro? Yeah, I think there's going to be a lot of Monsters for sale probably. I mean, luckily you'll get a lot more for your V3 than I will for my V1, because my V1 is a 1600 watt hour. That's true, Marty, because yours was a 2400 watt hour, right? So that's another thing that differentiates yours from mine. So you had the bigger battery. Mine's only 1600 watt hour, but it still gets good range and everything. And mine's the 84 volt. Super surprised you didn't go electric on the tractor. You're Mr. Electric. It would have been tough with the stuff I do. The mowing terrain here is challenging, and there's certain mowing sessions where I'm almost positive that I would not be able to do it on a single charge on a tractor. And also I was looking for something with a welded fabricated deck, because I've had a long history of stamped decks failing, and so that was another factor that's influencing my decision. Jericho says, all good. I love Marty. His vids are actually the benchmark in which I use. Everybody loves Marty, right? As well, everybody except people that think that LA riders are no-skill zombie riders. They might not love him, but everybody else does. Copanado, learn to ride. New Monster 24-inch, no Gotway suspension yet. No suspension, but I can tell you that it probably isn't a huge deal. With my V1 Monster, my 22-inch V1 Monster, I mean, for open road cruising, it's great. You know, the 24-inch Gotway is not going to be the M Super Pro. Why I keep calling it an M Super Pro? The Monster Pro is not going to be something. I'm assuming it's not going to be something that's viable for a lot of off-road use, because it's going to weigh a freaking ton. I mean, you could put suspension on it, but I mean, because of the size of the battery pack and stuff, the cost is already going to be sky high. I don't see it. I think something with that large of a diameter wheel, it eats up bumps as is. I really don't know that there'd be a lot of benefit to be gained by throwing a suspension on that. Just my opinion. Okay, so Marty is excited about suspensions, but are you excited enough that you are planning to buy an S18 and or a V11? That is the question. Jericho and Marty elbow each other because we like each other. Right, that's what I do too. X-Rev asked Marty, do you know the grade the angle is on your overheat hill? Yeah, it's steep. I can tell you that. What's up, Clay? We've had a little bit of one-wheel talk sprinkled in here now and then. One-wheel rules. One-wheel does rule in some ways. One of the guys in here, Clay Jericho, he's considering he's kind of like a stunt EUC rider, does a lot of jumps and stuff, and he's actually considering, because he knows a lot of people that have one wheels, he's considering, you know, one wheel setup with the flight fins. And I guess he's a long-term skateboarder prior to this, so I really think he should try it out. I think he would really like it. Marty says overheat hill is variable in the angle. Yes, it is, but it is steep. Why don't you go out there with a protractor or a laser level and calculate the angle, you know, at various points in overheat hill? That'd be funny. Okay, Dan, if you can look at a DIY injection molding solution. I saw some DIY stuff. What doesn't appeal to me there is then I'm adding additional complexity and work for me, which I'm trying to lessen that, not make that more the case. So I did see stuff with injection molding and using 3D prints to create molds for that kind of stuff, but I don't think that's going to be something feasible for me. Yes, Mickey confirming that Eddie Moy has moved on, whatever that means. I don't know. I mean, I know Eddie Moy has or at least he did. He had every piece of tech. You know, it seemed like the moment it was available, Eddie had it. And Eddie had very strong opinions about things as well. He threw around the word hate, that he hates this and hates that very, very freely. Oh, okay. You just read my mind. Yes, Mickey, exactly. Marty says 1K may be too much. Oh, he's talking about asking the price for my V1 Monster. I priced it mostly with the value of the batteries, which are still good. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you know, your wheel will be worth that just for the batteries, really. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. It's not a pressing thing, but I definitely would like to sell it because I really like the Monster Pro. I think that would be a really nice addition for me. No, Mickey, you missed out. Dan is a machinist, and I actually talked to him about contacts, about possibly getting injection molded 3D electric unicycle stand parts. And I reached out to someone that he suggested, and they sort of ignored me. I was just looking at that just to get some numbers just to throw around in my head, because I know there's a lot of upfront expense with that. But I just wanted some numbers just to consider it. Scout says Eddie Moy. Okay, are you joking, or is this serious? Eddie Moy had a burning hatred for white people and fierce Chinese nationalism. I don't know Eddie Moy well enough to make that characterization of him. I always thought he was grumpy, but beyond that, I don't know a ton about him. I assume he makes good money based on stuff I saw. Extra revs out of here. All right, thanks, man. Oh yeah, that's right, Brett. I forgot you got the LaCroix. Yeah, I hope you're loving it for what that thing costs. It looks awesome. I mean, the last live stream you showed me the specs on that thing. It's awesome. You certainly have come a long way from your Meepo days, huh? Clay says, Duff, do you know that you can ride that swamp trail all the way to the Bonita trails? I did it on the one wheel last week. Still dry, good trails. Which swamp trail? The Bird Rookery Swamp? If that's true, I don't know how you could do that, because I don't recall any connecting roads. Kind of goes out and it loops. I don't remember anything that would allow you to go any other direction or get off the trail. Yeah, give me information about that. That's interesting. If that's true, and I'm sure it is, but I've never seen anything that would allow you to do that on that trail. You always find out good stuff for me, Clay. Okay, Leo's asking Mickey about the range. I think Mickey said earlier that he thought he's expecting it to be about a 35-mile wheel. under good circumstances. Okay, William has not gotten an AUC yet, but he's thinking about a 16X or a Gotway MSX 100 volt. Okay. It'll be interesting to hear your opinion once you have gotten one of those and learn how to ride it. I think your perspective may change somewhat. Correct. The 16X is not a 100 volt wheel. It's 84. But yes, a 2200 watt motor. Okay, Marty. Take it easy, bud. Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate it as always. Did you see Fantomas video riding EUC in his robe and morning coffee? No, I did not see that. I'm very familiar with the concept of drinking coffee while riding, obviously, but I've never done it in a robe. I don't think I own a robe, actually. Scout tried to delete that. Okay, so you were joking, I assume? Okay. That's the thing with comments. You don't get to see smirks or tone of voice, unfortunately, when they're typed in. Okay, so Jericho said that's what you did with your MXX. You just sold the batteries, and the rest of the wheel came with it. Interesting. Okay. Well, I mean, I have a good set of 1600 watt batteries in that monster, so maybe I'll be able to do something similar. How much did you sell your MSX for, Jericho? Okay, Clay is confirming that the Bird Rookery Swamp connects to the Bonita trails. Yeah, I'm fascinated. Maybe I'll look at a Google map to see that. But I've ridden that whole loop multiple times. I don't ever recall anything connecting. elsewhere, and there's definitely no signage that I've ever seen. I mean, unless this is something new. Did they maybe recently connect those paths? I don't know. Jericho sold his MSX for $700 in 8 minutes. Where'd you sell it at? On the Electric Unicycle forum or on Facebook? Right in the middle of the loop. Okay, I'll look for it. That's cool. Yeah, I'll definitely check that out. That'd be fun. Okay, so Scout was not joking about Eddie. Okay. Whatever, I guess. Fierce Chinese nationalism. Oh, man, I hope he's not a spy, man. Who knows? But hopefully he's doing well. I wish Eddie well. Yeah, I liked some of Eddie's videos more than others. Well, he's one of the first guys to he was always one of the first guys to have almost any tech that came out, but he was one of the first guys to have an Insta360. I remember that because he had like the real long selfie stick, and you know, digitally the selfie stick is removed, so it gave a perspective that at the time was it kind of blew people's minds because they had never seen that before. So yeah, he was one of the first ones to do that. And like I said, any new tech, he was almost always ahead of the curve in getting it. Huh, that's interesting. So what? This was online that this happened. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Racism is unfortunate no matter what direction it's going. You know, black to white, white to black. You know, brown to white, whatever. Brown to black. Who cares? It's the whole thing is very, very depressing and sad to me. Okay, Dan gave some advice about looking for that path. Oh, so he said that on the forum? Oh, wow. It's never smart to say that kind of stuff in social media. It's been my opinion. Mickey just purchased a new chest protection from Liat. I know you're very big on Liat gear. Getting ready for cutout on veteran wheels. Okay, so Mickey, you'd be willing to push the 50 mile per hour threshold? No issues with that? I would certainly not want to be the first one to do it. Let VT do that. He won't hurt anything. All right, what time is it now? 9:54. Wow. So this has been going on for almost 3 hours again, guys. I think I pretty much covered everything, although I didn't get a whole lot of feedback on things that people were interested in me checking on the S18 beyond what I have already mentioned. You know, I want to, of course, go to Dunkin' Donuts, of course, go to the swamp, do a range test to Ave Maria, ride it at night, maybe go do the hills at Marco Island, and do some jumping. I'll do some jumping just for Jericho, just to see how it works. I'll find somewhere better to jump, and we'll see. Might crack it open, see what it looks like inside. That's always kind of interesting to do with a new wheel. Talking about Mickey's gear. Yep. Can you hover the 16X stable in one spot? No, well, you can do what they call idling on an EUC, where you're just going forward and backwards quickly, which is kind of tough on the motor, not really a great thing. So you can do that, but typically, no, people do not. You can just, because it's very easy to once you get the technique down, it's very easy to step on and off of an EUC. That is something nice about a Mini Pro, is you never really have to step off of it, but most of the time people just step on and off of their EUC because it's very easy to do. I'll see you, Jeff. Thanks for stopping by, man. I'm going to be shutting it down here in a few minutes, I think. Clay says downtown is shut down from the protest. Really? 'Cause that's interesting because I heard that there's a protest going on today, but what I saw was, and maybe I'm wrong, I thought I saw that the protest tonight was supposed to start at 5 o'clock at the courthouse. We're talking about down in Naples. That it was going to be a pro-police demonstration, and maybe the opposing side got into it as well, because they said like this was because there were some protests last week, and they started at the courthouse and they marched right down Route 41, which is a major street here. The protesters marched down 41 right into downtown Naples, and I think they were there till like 11 o'clock. What I read about tonight was supposedly they were gathering at the courthouse at 5 o'clock, but there wasn't supposed to be any marching going on. So I don't know. It's interesting though. Like whenever these protests are announced, I park in the parking garage at the government center, and the deputies, every time this is announced, the deputies all gather up in the parking garage with all their vehicles, and I swear there's 50, 60, 70 deputies just camped out in the parking garage. I guess they're staged in case something happens, but they're just up there waiting, just observing things. It's interesting. It's happened every day that there's been an announced protest. They are just ready to go. Luckily they haven't really had a huge issue, but they are staged for sure. It's a little disconcerting, to be honest, but nothing bad's happened yet. Leo, in regards to the S18, yeah, definitely that is something I will document. I'm sure Mickey is as well, as far as how they are handling cable management and making sure that they are environmentally sealed, because that's obviously a concern with all that stuff exposed to the elements, that they need to come up with some sort of solution that is going to protect them from moisture and getting pinched, obviously. So yeah, that'll be interesting to check out for sure. I'll be sure to do that, Leo. Copanado loves Eddie for his contributions. Nobody is perfect. Yes, that's for damn sure. Nobody is perfect. Absolutely. But still, I think, and I mean, it seems like more people in the world than do this than don't. When you start spewing opinions, especially when you like race and politics and that kind of stuff out on social media, I mean, it's just, my experience is it very rarely, if ever, changes anybody's mind on a subject. All it does is cause an inflammatory response normally from someone with an opposing view. So, and I've learned that lesson myself. I used to participate a lot more in that kind of stuff, and I just don't anymore, just because I've come to realize that it really is just wasted energy in most situations. But everybody has to learn that for themselves, I guess. Oh, Mickey. The veteran should hit 60 miles an hour. I'm prepared to do 55 miles an hour. Okay. All right, dude. I hope you have a good spot picked out for that, with a good spot to slide. Jesus, dude. I mean, I know if you have like conventional motorcycle crash gear, I mean, you will just slide, as long as you hit cleanly. If you land awkwardly with an appendage out in a way that you don't want it out, bad things are going to happen. But don't hurt yourself too bad, man. You got a family. Tough for giving too much info. Yeah, I always do that, don't I? That's my MO. Most or a lot of guys you see on EUC channels on YouTube, they don't disclose nearly as much information as I do. William asks how many years I think the Mini Pro 16X could last after you already bought accessories. Well, my Mini Pro is over 4 years old. It's pushing 5, and it's still lasting. The range is not what it once was, but other than that, it's been fine. 16X, same thing. There's people that have put, 5,000, maybe even 10,000 miles on an EUC. So yeah, you can expect it to normally last quite a while. See you later, Leo. Thanks for stopping in. Appreciate it. See you. Peace, Chanel. Take care. I'll talk to you later. All right, guys. I think I'm going to wrap it up here. I appreciate everybody stopping by. Again, great conversation, great information. Hopefully this time next week, I'll have wrapped up my S18. What is today? Oh, Wednesday. No, I probably won't have wrapped it up, but hopefully this time next week, I'll have the S18 in my possession, and I'll be in the middle of either writing or producing videos about it. So it should be fun. Thanks for stopping by again, guys. That's all I have for now. Until next time, Duffman out.